God, let us win. Please, God. Please don't let me suffer today, God. Please. Please, God, don't let me suffer today. Ah!
Well, a joke's on Adam. It's not even a game, but we're going to put that out there anyway. But welcome back to the channel. We haven't done like a little chat in a while. I haven't done like a late night chat or anything like that. Been a lot of watch alongs, been a lot of previews and reviews, but I haven't really had anything where we've just kind of come online and, shoot the shit for a little while. So it seemed like a good time. There's no City don't play until Saturday. We've got kind of a lot of time going on. So yeah, I just thought I'd jump on. I have today off of work. The weather outside is pretty nasty, so I can't really go. I'd rather be outside hiking, but there is a massive wind gust right now, so I'm not going anywhere. I don't even want to take the trash out because I'm afraid the trash cans are going to fall over. So I'm not even taking them out. I'm just kind of hanging out inside, having a tasty beverage because, my day off. I got nothing to do. So why not come on here and chat some ball? What up, Elliot? Thanks for joining. Yeah, hopefully, I sent the link out. Maybe we'll get some guests. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Who knows? I should start my own YouTube channel. I'm pretty happy right here on True City Fan TV. So I think I'm pretty cool for now. But maybe someday. I don't know. Right now, I'm hanging out here. So thanks for joining. But yeah, Man City got the week off. The reason we have the week off is because we did very well in the Champions League qualifiers. Didn't have to play in that R16 again this year. So thank God. I did not want to play in that. Not the R16, sorry, the playoff. I did not want to do that again. Maybe we were slightly better equipped this time around than we were last year when we had a massive amount of injuries. And, now we've got a pretty big squad, but why play the games? I'm glad we don't have to. So it's nice. Looks like I've been perusing social media, and a lot of the players look like that they are off on holiday. Ryan Cherky is in Lyon visiting a children's hospital. So I want to shout him out for that. That's pretty awesome of him. I saw that Semenyo's in Dubai. Enjoy the sun, man. I'm sure those winters in Manchester are not the greatest. So might as well go get some sun. All right. Do I think Arsenal will bottle the league? I hope they do. I'm not quite sure yet, but it's very early. It's only February. I think we're getting very excited. But let's wait and see. I'm taking it one game at a time. Who do I want as the next manager? Oof. I like Luis Enrique, but I don't think he's going to come to City. I'm hoping. I really want Vinny Company. I want Company to come home. That's our captain, man. One of the greatest players ever wear the blue shirt. I would love to see him come back, and I think he will eventually. But I don't think he's the guy to come right after Pep Guardiola. I think there'll have to be somebody, some sort of interim manager. Xabi Alonso has been linked, so that is a possibility. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just enjoy Pep while we have him. That's how I'm looking at it. I don't really want to think about the end. I don't want to think about the end of Pep Guardiola yet. I just want to enjoy him while he's here. So hopefully he stays. Hopefully he extends his contract because there's been no better manager. Seems like everybody just wants to talk about the title race. So I'll get into it. Right now we're second in the league. I know we've played one less game than Arsenal have. We have a game in hand. And sorry, my cat is she's just doing the rounds. She's doing a circle around my computer. So she'll probably be back in a second. She's been sleeping for a while now. She's kind of waking up and she's a little shaky. So a little hazy, I should say. Hazy is a better word. But yeah, we are in second place. What is it? 5 points, I think. 4 or 5 points. But again, we do have a game in hand. So, but we have to win that game for it to actually matter. We don't know. We have no idea when that game is going to be. Because I know it's against Crystal Palace, but yeah, we'll find out. I just want the damn May schedule to be finalized because I am trying to plan a trip to Manchester, but I'm not going to go if there's not going to be a game. So, because that's an expensive ticket and it's a long trip for me. So I ain't going unless there's a game. So we'll see. All right, Aziz is in the building. I was rooting for that bottle drop Inter Milan. I don't want to face Bodo Glint. We face Madrid every time, dude. I think we're gonna draw Bodo Glimt. I just have this really horrible gut feeling that we're gonna draw Bodo Glimt again. Maybe we will. We'll find out on Friday. I know the draw is on Friday. I am assuming Real Madrid are gonna win that tie. I think they're up 1 on aggregate, but they're at the Bernabeu, so they'll probably get some terrible call because we all know they always do. So we'll just see. We'll just see what happens when the draw comes out. I know it's on Friday, and I know that our only chances is we will draw either Bodo Glimt or the winner of Benfica Real Madrid. So fingers crossed. Actually, I mean, neither one sounds. I know Real Madrid are not the greatest team right now, but I think they're first in La Liga because Barcelona have been bottling it. They had some terrible results. I know they lost to Girona. I was watching that game. I was doing some Victor Hay scouting, and they lost that game. So I think they're first in La Liga right now. And I know we went there, we won the game. It wasn't great, but do I trust that over 2 legs? I don't know. They're not, I don't think they're a very good team from what I've seen of them this season, but it's the Champions League and anything could happen. So I would prefer to not face Real Madrid because a lot of years when they're kind of stinky is when they tend to win the Champions League. So I would prefer to not face that. But Bodo Glimt also kind of worry me. I guess the only positive on that is that we have faced them already. And I don't know if I necessarily expect them to deviate too much from that style of play. Because, again, I don't really watch them, but I don't know if they play differently. And so at least we'll have some familiarity with it. And we'll also have a full team again. I mean, remember, we had the skeleton crew in that game at the back line. That was Husanov, Max Alain. For some odd reason, Ait Nouri was playing as a right back, but he played more as a right winger. Nunes didn't play. Nico O'Reilly was playing as left back in that game, but it's basically like a back 3-ish. It was more like a 2-1 at the back of Rodri, who just phoned it in and got himself sent off, and Alain and Husanov, and Alain had a poor game. I think that was the last time we saw Max Alain. It was either that in the derby. We haven't really seen much of him since. I guess he played in the cup game, but then he got injured. So I don't actually know what his status is, but I would not expect to see him play much going forward. But yeah, so the fact that assuming we play Bodo Glimt again, I think there's a big difference in the team. I don't remember if Semenyo played that game. But Mark Gahey was ineligible to play. Now he is. So and Diaz is back from injury. So that's definitely some more experience. Although ironically, in that kind of a matchup, you might have to go with Husanov because Husanov they counter very quickly. And Husanov, as we saw in the Newcastle game, I think they'll kind of play with that kind of a front line, pace at the front. That's where you kind of want Husanov over Diaz, in theory. And then also, this is a good point from Curtis saying, but he wouldn't leave Rodri isolated again. Yeah, and I think, and that was that's another point I wanted to go in on about is, he is playing Nico O'Reilly in the middle now, and you see what a difference it makes. I have been crying out all season saying we needed to play a physical body in the midfield. 2 physical bodies, Rodri plus a Nico. I said Nico Gonzalez because, I'm a big fan of Nico G. I think the guy has improved quite a bit this season. And it turns out it's Nico O'Reilly, and I think he's doing very well. So I got my wish. It's the wrong Nico. That's okay. I just needed it. I just needed another body because that is just where the Premier League is going. It's more physical, it's pacier, and we needed that change. It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't working with when you had 2 smaller bodies and 1 bigger body. I know we won some games, but I just think overall I just don't think it worked. And I think we've looked a lot stronger ever since he's made that tactical change. And that is giving me a little bit more confidence in the Champions League. And it's also giving me more confidence in the Premier League. The Premier League in particular is where I needed to see that change. Because you watch the Premier League and it seems like every midfield we come across has athleticism, it has some physicality, it has some pace. And we've kind of been sticking with the tried and true formula, but the players just aren't they're not the same as they used to be. So, Rodri is coming back from ACL. I think he's starting to look better and better and better every game, though. That is very positive. It's starting to feel like a new signing again. Because I would say that Bodo Glimt was probably rock bottom for him. Granted, a lot of that was just on the manager for playing him by himself. But I think he's learned his lesson from that. And you saw, he also did that in the United game, and we lost that game. But he's put Nico O'Reilly in there, and I think that's just helped so much. Because now we have some physicality in there. We have somebody who'll tackle. We have Rodri's dual numbers since Nico O'Reilly has come in have skyrocketed. I think he had 12 in his last game, and he had 13 the game before. Like, I think in the Liverpool game, he had 13 duels. So Rodri is getting back to being Rodri, and he just needed that physical body next to him. So I'm so happy that happened. All right, let's go back to some of these comments. All right. Hey, big up, Rose. Thanks for joining. Thanks for calling me Superwoman. I'm just, like I said, I'm on my day off, having a little bevy. I just want to talk City, man. I'm just very excited for this team. And I think we're going into a good stretch of the season. Curtis would rather play Bodo. Pep would not. Hey, big up, Luke. I did put that link in a chat, Luke, if you want to jump on for a few minutes. I know it's kind of late there, so if you don't, I understand. Yeah, heart attack season. Yep, yeah. If you think I'm emotional in the watch alongs, it's just going to keep going and going and going. That's just how I am. That's how I watch sports. I'm just an emotional fan. And it's squeaky bum time. We're already saying that in February. It's already squeaky bum time. But that's just, it's time to race. We've been here. We've done that. I wasn't necessarily on YouTube during those seasons. I kind of got into YouTube. I just was listening to a lot of shows back in probably the Trouble season. I just wasn't really into it until I wasn't watching a lot of YouTube back then, but now I'm starting to, and I listen to a lot of channels every day. That's I don't really have cable. So I just have a lot of YouTube stuff on. I listen to a lot of City content. It's good stuff. I'm glad I jumped into it. And then last season is when I kind of got the courage to jump on myself. And now look at it. I've taken over Pat's channel. Nah, big up Patrick. Patrick is he's still focusing on his health right now. So we hope he's back. I really miss streaming with Pat, and he's just such a great guy. So let's just everybody send him some good thoughts and prayers, and hope that he can get past some of these health issues that he's having. But okay, Curtis is also Arsenal fans make me laugh. They beat Spurs. To be fair, I was on Judge Mo this morning, and the Arsenal fan there, he said that the Spurs game didn't really change his mind at all. Maresca on the thumbnail. I think it's just an AI version of Pep, but they look so similar. I did not make that. I had it sent to me, so that's why I use it on the thumbnail. But I think it's an AI generator. I don't know. I don't do it. That's just not me. I barely cobbled together this background. I just Google search an image. That is not my forte. My forte is getting on here and opening my big mouth and talking. But yeah, so yeah, we got the draw on Friday to look forward to, and then we have a Leeds United game on Saturday, and I think that's going to be a tough game. I think because they gave us a game at the Etihad. We were up 2-0. We thought we were cruising, and then they just started pressing us in the second half, and we crumbled. Thankfully, we won the game. A last-minute winner from Phil Foden from Ryan Cherky. I think that's the last time we kind of saw that combination. We haven't really seen it much lately, and I think that's just I'm really sad about that, because I really enjoy Ryan Cherky. He's just such a fun guy to watch, and I think he and Foden just kind of unlock each other, and they seem to during that stretch when we won 8 games in a row. We really did see a lot of Cherky to Foden, and it produced a lot of goals. So. I have a feeling we're not going to see that until next season, though. I think Pep is kind of locked in. I think he's found a starting 11. I think we're pretty set in place with the fullbacks. I think Aït-Nouri is going to be starting the rest of the season. I think Matheus Nunes is going to be starting the rest of the season as right back. And I think in the vast majority of games, whether we like it or not, I think it is going to be Guéhi and Diaz. But I think it will also depend on the matchups. If we're facing a team that has pace up front, then I think it is more prudent, if you're going to play a high line, to play Husanov. And I think Pep learned his lesson in that Newcastle game, because I don't think we were that good in the first half defensively against Newcastle, because that high line we were getting beat a lot by pace. And you notice how dramatically the game turned around when he made that sub. And I thought that was a bold move from Pep to do that at halftime. So hopefully that's a sign that maybe he'll look at some of these matchups and realize I got to start Diaz, or I got to start Husanov in some of these games. But I do think it'll be Diaz for the majority of it. I think he's pretty settled on this midfield that he's going with. I think he's going to go with Rodri, Nico O'Reilly, and Bernardo Silva. I'm hearing a lot of talk about how balanced it is. I think it's still lacking some creativity. For me, that's more of a obviously I'm not Pep Guardiola. I'm not pretending I'm Pep Guardiola, but I do think it is lacking some creativity. And I would love to see it. I would love to see Ryan Cherky come into the team. I don't know where, because I just think we looked so much more dangerous when he came in that Newcastle game. And I know it was only like 5 minutes or something, but Cherky was already in the game, and then Foden came in, and I think we looked very dangerous at that moment. And it was only 5 minutes, but will we get back to that? I don't know, but I think he's pretty settled on that midfield. And I think obviously Haaland's going to start most of the games, or all the games, unless it's a cup game. But he's probably going to start that Newcastle FA Cup game because that's a big game. It's not Salford. He's probably going to start. I think Semenyo will, because I think the Premier League is getting very physical, and that's where you want a Semenyo, not somebody who's going to get pushed and bullied around. And so and off ball, he's doing quite a bit of work, physical work. He's absorbing a lot of tackles. He's absorbing a lot of the pressure. And I think maybe some of his on ball numbers have kind of, I wouldn't say deteriorated, but because he does have pretty good stats since he since he joined the club. But we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. I do think he's going to play most of those games, because I think what he's doing off ball is just helping us a lot against a lot of these physical players. Because the Premier League it almost feels like overnight everybody just got pacey and physical, and I feel like we've just been a little bit slow to adapt to it. I do think those signings in January helped counter that tremendously, and I think Donnarumma has been a big part of it as well. I know there's a lot of controversy right now about Donnarumma. Actually, we'll get into that in a minute. Let me finish this theory. What I think, the starting 11. I know Marmoush is playing right now, but I'm not sure that that's going to last. I think when Doku comes back, I think he got to manage his minutes a little bit, because he has been picking up a lot of injuries, and I'm a little nervous about that. But you do have possibilities, and also Semenyo, I think, is better off the left. So you could play Ryan Cherky on the right, who kind of inverts in and then inverts into the middle, and then Semenyo on the left, where I think he's actually better anyway. So you could, and then when we're doing that 4-2-2-2, it kind of, everybody inverts, and then it's like Semenyo and Haaland up top, Cherky and somebody next to him, and then Rodri and Nico O'Reilly. It's probably gonna be Bernardo. With Cherky, and then, the back four. And then whenever they, the fullbacks park up the pitch. So, yeah, there's definitely, I think that's probably going to be the team for most of the season. I don't know where Phil Foden comes in. I know he'll rotate, but I would like to see him start some games, because I believe in Phil Foden. I want him to play. But I don't know if he's going to. And it just raises a lot of questions about his future. Like, I don't know what his future is if he's on the bench again. It's just, he's 25 years old. I think he should be starting a lot more games than he is. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let me go back to the comments. Curtis says we have to be clinical. Yeah, we wasted a lot of chances in that Newcastle game. I can remember a bunch in the second half. Okay, maybe you have to drop Semenyo or Marmoush. Yeah, I would think it would be Marmoush who gets dropped. It's just, we have this problem where a lot of these, I was thinking about this earlier, like in the front line, I feel like there's a lot of players who are really good at one thing, and you all want them to do the one thing at the same time, but then there's just something missing to make it all click. Like, Marmoush is excellent at pressing. Haaland is excellent at scoring goals. Semenyo works very hard off the ball and can also score the goals. But that last game, I was just seeing a bit of a disconnect between the midfield and the front three, because none of the three of them usually create a lot of chances. I do want to recognize Erling Haaland for actually he created some chances in that game. I rewatched the goals, and he won the header that started the first goal, which is a counterattack from Marmoush to Nico O'Reilly. And then he literally served up the second goal on a plate, also to Nico O'Reilly. So Haaland was showing his creativity spark, and I loved it, but I'm not sure that's something you're going to see every game. So then when I look at that front three of Marmoush, Semenyo, and Haaland, I don't really see a lot of them creating their own chances on a consistent basis. Marmouche is a great presser, but his shooting could be a little inconsistent. And I think his first touch is a bit of a liability at times because a lot of times the ball just bounces off his foot. So it's like we're used to players like Riyad Mahrez had a great first touch. He could create his own chance and he could score, and it was lethal. He's a clinical finisher. Haaland is a clinical finisher, but he needs a creator on the pitch. So when we don't start a Turkey, I have to wonder where that's coming from. And then Semenyo and Marmouche were just I don't see them as creators. So yeah, there's definitely this lineup is definitely kind of all over the place, but it's working. So we'll go with it. All right. City's peaking at the right time. Boys are gelling like Magellan. We'll say that. When is Doku back? I think I heard in March. I'm not sure because I'm not an ITK, but I think some of the journalists said March. Yeah, I agree with this, Luke, 100%. It is one game at a time. I don't even know who we play after Leeds United. I really don't. I know Leeds is the game on Saturday. I honestly don't even know what the game afterwards is. I know what teams we play. I have no idea what the order is. Once we get to Leeds, then we'll see what we do next. I know Champions League is coming back soon. All right. Stefan. Rodri, Anderson, Foden, midfield. Doku, Haaland, Turkey, front three. Well, we have to sign. Elliot Anderson's not on City yet, so we can't. Maybe he's thinking about next season. I do. That is delicious, though. That Rodri, Anderson, Foden. Oh, I like that a lot. Again, lacking a little creativity for me, but you've got two threats from outside the box, and Rodri and Foden. They can both shoot from outside the box. Anderson, I've watched some of him this season. I haven't watched a lot. He seems like a talented player. He also seems like the kind of player that can be elevated by Pep Guardiola because maybe not completely on par with when Rodri joined City, but you can tell there's a base there. There's a technical base, there's a physical base, and it can be refined. And he could be, if under the right manager, could turn into a great player. Okay, Curtis says our game after is Forest. Oh, then we'll be front and center with Elliot Anderson in that game. I don't remember being too impressed with him when he played against City last time, and that was against a midfield that probably wasn't that good because we were probably when we went to Forest, it was Nico G, Foden, Bernardo. Did we get out muscled in that game? I don't remember. There are some interesting links today. I saw that there was a tweet, a City Extra tweet saying that we were linked to both Gibbs White and Elliot Anderson. That to me was kind of weird. Morgan Gibbs White is definitely like an energizer. He's very tough. He's very physical. He can win a lot of duels. He does have some pace. But I feel like Anderson's kind of the same way. So it almost feels like redundant to me. I know Anderson's maybe less of the physical side as compared to Morgan Gibbs White. And it is more technical. I don't know if we would sign both of them though. But if Forest get relegated, then it could be discount time because I'm sure a lot of those players would want to leave. They wouldn't want to stick around, especially not two England internationals. They're not sticking around in the championship, I don't think. So maybe there's an opportunity. Also, there is the homegrown quota issue. We can't forget about that. I know. The rules are boring, but what is it? You need 17. You have 17 non-homegrown players, and then you after that you have to get English or homegrown players. From what I've kind of looked at, so Gahey and Semenyo are both homegrown, so that helps that. Phil Foden is, and then Nico O'Reilly. Is he going to be 21? He might not be on the list yet. I'm not sure. I don't know how old he is. I think he's 20. But yeah, so basically I'm projecting Trafford to leave. I'm projecting Rico Lewis to leave. I'm projecting John Stones, I don't think is getting a new contract. And I think a lot of us are projecting Nathan Ake to leave. I don't think Max Alleyne will be here. He's an English player as well. So that would leave us with 17 foreign slot players and 4 homegrown players. That's a squad of 21. Maybe that's what Pep wants, but I know the Champions League has some sort of quota as well. You have to have academy trained players, and you have to have association train, which is the homegrown, basically. So we do need some. So maybe that's where these Anderson and Gibbs White links are playing. They're both English, so they would both count as homegrown. So maybe that's why we're being linked to them. We're still being linked to Tino Livramento despite his injury issues. Again, probably because of the homegrown quota, and we're just not sure about it. We got a whole bunch more comments. All right, they can keep Gibbs White. Not good enough for City. I don't know about that. I think he's I think we kind of need that kind of energy in the midfield. Energy that actually has legs. I think that is something we're lacking. Nico O'Reilly is helping to plug that, but you can never have I think you need at least two of those kind of players. Just because again, the Premier League has just become so quick and so physical very quickly this season. I can see Morgan Gibbs White at Spurs. Let's all start a prayer circle that Spurs get relegated so we don't have to face that demonic team twice a year. That would be fantastic. Because if we lose the Premier League this season, a big reason why would probably be because we dropped 5 points to this embarrassing Spurs team. Just absolutely embarrassing that we keep dropping points. They are absolute dog shit. And we've dropped 5 points to them. We got completely bitch slapped by them at home. And then we bottled it at their ground. Just unbelievable. Hey, Darsh is in the building. What's up, Darsh? Yeah, everybody like and subscribe the video. Oh, Darsh is doing okay. As he revealed on Making Away, he's working with a group that are fundraising on crowdfunder site, charity called Teens Unite to provide provision to teens that are affected by cancer. Oh wow, that's awesome. All right, so these donations doesn't just help young people to function daily routines. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Darsh, you'll have to send a tweet out or something. I don't know how to link to this. This is where I'm just not the smartest when it comes to YouTube. I can set a stream up. I can't do any of that other stuff. But Darsh, if you want to drop the link in the chat, maybe if anybody's on live or on the replay, would be able to donate, because that sounds like a really awesome organization, because cancer affects people of all ages, and teenagers need help too. That'd be a terrible thing to go through at that age too, because your body's changing so much. And I feel sorry for anyone going through cancer, but let alone a young person, because there's so much life to live, and to have to fight for your life at that age is just that'd be a nightmare scenario. All right, I don't think he counts yet, but in Pep's eyes, he's a first teamer. I don't know who he's talking about. Are you talking about O'Reilly? O'Reilly is part of the. O'Reilly's not just part of the 25. O'Reilly's in the starting 11. I think he's pretty much undroppable the rest of the season. I mean, you might have to bench him here and there. My only concern with Nico O'Reilly is just how many minutes he's playing. And I'm not saying bench him. I'm just like, he is just a young player, and it's just part of his development. I do get worried about too many minutes too fast, but man, he's been a stud. For me, he's shooing young player of the season, and if we win the league, he should be up there for player of the season. That would obviously be Erling Haaland, but Nico O'Reilly deserves all the flowers. He's been excellent this season. Not just at left back, but when was the last time you saw a 20-year-old just slide into a Pep Guardiola midfield? I haven't. Foden's 25 and he's on the bench as a midfielder. He can't even get in the starting 11. And Nico O'Reilly's in there just dominating. So big up at Nico O'Reilly. I did not mean that as a way to, I'm not trying to slam Foden, although I'm sure some people in the chat would love to, but I'm still on Team Phil Foden. I think he should be starting games. I'm really annoyed that he's not. All right, Trafford is getting a loan. Oh, Alien's in the building. What up, Alien? We played Forrest in midfield of White, and Anderson did not impress me. I have to watch that game again. What did we win? 2-1? Is that a 2-1 or was that 3? No, 3-0 was Crystal Palace. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Stefan. I get fuck Spurs, man. Just fuck that team. Absolutely useless team. Just the worst team in the world. Get them in the championship. And then guess what'll happen? They'll be in the championship and we'll fucking draw them in the FA Cup probably. And the Carabao Cup. All right. I think we'll lose the league by 2 points if we don't beat Arsenal at the Etihad. Yeah, I think that is a must-win game, but let's get there first. Like Luke said, it's one game at a time. Let's focus on beating Leeds United on Saturday. That's going to be a tough game. It's 5:30 kickoff at Elland Road. Let's focus on that game. Well, I know the Arsenal game I know everybody's getting really excited for that. But that's not until April? So let's get through February. Let's get through March. and then we'll worry about them later. I think a lot's going to change between now and then. I think things will change for City. I see momentum building for us. I think this 11 that we're starting to play every game is gaining confidence. They're gaining chemistry, and they are getting better. And we still have some players coming back. Like, Doku might do very well in this kind of a setup, especially if he knows that he has Nico O'Reilly behind him and he doesn't have to do as much off-ball work. Ryan Cherky can still be integrated into the starting 11. So there's definitely possibilities, but I think we're picking up confidence. I think we're picking up form, and we're picking up our players back. We don't, we only have a couple of injuries now. Like, imagine a month ago when we had just had injuries all over the gaff. We don't have that anymore. Now we're starting to get players back. I think the only ones we have out right now are Doku and Gvardiol. Shout out Gvardiol, miss him. Who I can't lust over anyone anymore, can I? What's guaranteed drop points that we won't have next year? Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, if Spurs go down, think about that. That's actually 6 points we could actually get this year or next year. And then Arsenal always bitch slap them. So yeah, that could be a 12-point swing. You never know. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about the YouTuber, the Arsenal fan. That guy's awesome. I don't know if you're talking about the PSG right back, whose name I refuse to say. Go look up on Twitter why. Okay, worried about minutes played for Nico. Yeah, well, he's just a young kid. We've seen a lot of young players play a lot of minutes when they're young and burn. Like, look at Saka. He's just fallen off a cliff because he just got overplayed when he was young. Jude Bellingham is starting to fall off a cliff. He played too many minutes when he was young. That's just where it comes from. But okay, yeah. Okay, so he did mean that. I'm 25. Yeah. Okay, just checking. Spurs rally themselves. I know. Exactly. We need to get rid of them. We need to find a way to get them in the championship and leave them there forever. All right, Luke is going to go on holiday during the international break, his spa retreat. I'm actually going to be on vacation during the international break. And I actually looked at my flight. I think I'm still gone during the Chelsea game. I do have a layover though at an airport or I have like a 18-hour layover. But it's like in the middle. It's like, I think I land at like 7 p.m. and then I leave the next day at 1 p.m. So if I can figure out the hotel situation, I might be able to, I got to do that. I've really got to do that. I might be able to watch that game from like the airport, an airport hotel or something. I got to figure that out. But I will not be here during the international break. I'm going away. And nothing to talk about anyway. It's like, who cares? Oh, the World Cup qualify. What are we going to do? Watch Italy and see if Donnarumma can qualify? Oh, hi. Oh, hello, cat. Oh, geez. Here comes the cat again. See what I have to put up with? Okay, people need to stop worrying about Arsenal. They are a bully team. You bully them and they fold. Yeah, they do play for draws. But see, that's what's great. We're getting more physical players. Semenyo, very physical player. We can bully them back. Erling Haaland has become a bit of a bully too. Have you noticed about Erling Haaland? He's starting to defend on corners. And I'm like, oh, okay, you can do this. Can you not chew on the cord? Can you say hi? Say hi. I'm gonna try to sit her down so she'll stop walking around. Come here. Say hi. We'll see if she stays. She'll probably not stay. We'll see. But yeah, maybe by the time we get to the Emirates, we'll have our bully team back. The bullies, Semenyo, Diaz, Rodri. Rodri will be much better. I think a month from now, Rodri's going to be even more fit. I think game by game, Rodri is just getting better and better. And we're starting to see him see what we've missed for the past 18 months. Like, he is looking like primetime Rodri. I got into a big argument about this morning on Judge Mo. I rattled a bunch of Arsenal fans because I think this version of Rodri is better than Declan Rice. Sorry. Current Rodri is better than current Declan Rice. And you're never going to change my mind because what Rodri does on both sides of the ball, nobody else in the world does that. Luke is going to New York City and Florida in 2027. Okay, we might have to keep in touch. I might have to come out and say hi. I've actually never been to Florida. I don't know if I want to go in the summer, though. Don't go in the summer. It's like disgusting there in the summer. Also, it's hurricane season. Ugh. I love New York City, though. New York City's great. We'll keep in touch. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. All right. 4 seasons in a row, Arsenal are ahead. Pressure on them. That is fact. We got new discussion about this as well. They're saying their defense is so much better, but they keep making mistakes. And I was like, yeah. And guess what? As the pressure ramps up, you're more likely to make mistakes. They don't seem to get that. This is a pressure situation. I think they're just counting down and they just assume everything's going to be theirs. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And what Luke said earlier, I'm going to repeat it again and again, spot on about saying that it is one game at a time. We just have to and to quote Ruben Diaz, we just have to focus on ourselves. That's all we can do. Focus on ourselves. I have quit hate watching. I don't watch Arsenal anymore at all. I let the group chats update me on their scores. I don't even check ESPN. I wait for the group chats. They can tell me what the score is. I don't have the stomach for it. I self-admitted, I just do not have the stomach for it. It's just too much. I can't watch them. Also, their style of play is so horrific that, it has me questioning what I'm doing with my life. And it has me contemplating if I want to gouge my eyes out. So I just don't watch them. A little hyperbolic, but I just don't enjoy watching them. So I'm just not going to watch them. The next time I watch them play is when they play us in the Carabao Cup final. And let's see, that's what, a month away. That's a month away now. Jeez. Let's see what kind of momentum we can build if we keep rolling with this lineup and see how it performs, see how it gels, see how it gets better. Because we can get better. I think, like I said, Rodri is getting better game by game, and that that's starting to feel like a new signing. And Nico O'Reilly's getting better too, and Semenyo is going to settle more in. As the more he plays, the more settled he is. Gay looks like he's been here for years already. So and Ait Nori has just looked fantastic since he's come back into the team. Like, why didn't we play him? Why didn't we play him before the AFCON? That is just going to frustrate me, but whatever. He's in the team now, and he's doing quite well. I just wish he'd get a little bit. I wish he'd have a little more confidence in front of goal, because there's a couple times now where he's had breakaways. He's gotten into the box and he shot it straight at the keeper every time. And I think at Newcastle, he had a shot. He had a chance to like cross it to Haaland. He could have curled it to Haaland, and that would have been an easy goal because Pope was charging him. So I think that's something he has to learn, and he will. He will. Again, he just got thrown back into the lineup, so it's only been a couple of weeks. All right, Arsenal are playing for a draw at the Etihad unless they're behind when the game comes. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, if they're ahead, they'll go for a draw. And if they're chasing a game, they'll go for it. All right, people forget we almost won at the ground week or two. Yeah, we did. I know. And that sucks that we didn't hold on, because that 2 points would have been very handy to have right now. Arteta, 3 seasons in a row, they finished second. Pep's legacy is already set. Pressure on Arteta. Yeah, I agree. Worried about Semenyo technical ability. His touch is not the yeah. I think there is a little bit of an issue there, especially when you play with Marmoush. Because when you play that front three, I think they all kind of have not the greatest first touches. Marmoush stands up to me as not being good at all. And I think that is kind of a reason why we keep losing the ball. Because, when we try to go long, when Donnarumma tries to kick the ball long, we very rarely recover it. Especially in the second half of that Newcastle game, like we just could not get the ball. They just kept leading to straight turnovers and breakaway opportunities for them. But luckily we adjusted Pahusnov in there, and they could progress the ball, but they never actually got a shot on target or anything. I only remember that one. I don't remember the one in the second half that Donnarumma saved with a few minutes left. Okay, Rangers is the only one who doesn't seem to have settled, but I expect a big season from him next season. Good moments. Well, also Rangers is not really in the team anymore, so it's weird. He doesn't. I think for me, Tijani, I think we signed him as an 8, thinking he could maybe be a box crasher, and then he just does nothing off ball, and so we can't really play him because he does nothing off ball. And despite being tall and physical, he's very soft. Like the slightest touches, he just goes down. So I think one of the better where he has looked best is kind of in that 10 position where he can kind of invert or play behind Erling Haaland. And you notice when he did that, he started scoring a lot of goals. So that proves he has a place in this team. But then the question is he the best option there? I don't know. I think Marmoush is better behind Haaland. I think Foden is better behind Haaland. And I think Ryan Cherky is better behind Haaland. So I think think we got a little bailed out by Nico O'Reilly stepping up and playing that 8. Not really a box crasher, but yeah, I guess he kind of has been a box crasher. So Nico O'Reilly kind of saved the day. So is he going to accept being a bench player? I don't know, but it's a good option to have. And I think that Newcastle game might have been a game to start him because he did so well against them in the cup. So, but I don't know if I don't know. We'll see. Well, it'll be interesting to see where Tijani, how much he plays the rest of the season. But I'm not going to say he's a bust. I'm not going to say he's a flop because he does have a lot of goals. I think he has 7 goals. And I don't know if that's all comps or just in the Premier League, but that's nothing to sneer at. That's a lot of goals from the midfield. And he does have assists. So, this could just be his first season settling in. Let's give him another chance. I'm not going to ditch him after one season. I want to see what he has next season. If they bottle any more games for the Etihad match, it could cost them if we're ahead. Yeah. If we are somehow ahead of them in the table when they come to the Etihad, that becomes a very interesting game. Will they attack? But I don't think their attack is that great. I just don't. I really don't. I rate our attack far more, but our attack could be so much better than it is too. I think we have the better players. We haven't clicked yet, and we might not click this year. That's the thing, is they might not click, but we're rebuilding this season and we're in a title race. So what more can you really ask for? All right, Stefan is not lying. Big KDB. Well, yeah, obviously. I think we'd all feel more confident. But again, KDB has not played a lot this season because he tore his hamstring again. So would he even be helping us? I don't know. But he is KDB, brilliant player. I miss the guy a lot. Got one of my favorite players for the longest time. But unfortunately, that's just life, or that's life in sports. Your favorites move on, and it's hard to accept that. But, that's why we get excited for the new generation. So do I expect Turkey to do that job right away? No. He could probably do a similar role. I don't think he'll ever do it to the same level that Kevin De Bruyne did. But, there is a lot of talent and potential there. And it's up to him if he wants to take the next step up. But I love watching the guy play. I think he's a positive on our team. He creates chances when he comes on. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. I didn't forget. Yeah. And I'm having a problem with this. This is, I don't think Foden should be on the bench, and I don't think Turkey should be on the bench, but they are. And I we're stacked in attack, but a lot of it's on the bench, and I wonder how long we're going to be stacked. Like I said, I've kind of laid out. I think you could play Semenyo and Turkey together up front, and then I would be playing Foden in some of these games with Nico O'Reilly and Rodri. I said some games. I didn't say all games. So before you come at me, I just said some games. I'd like to see that because I think Foden can do that role, and I think he's going to give you a goal threat. And we do need to score some more goals because we have to make sure we win games. And also we have to keep an eye on the goal difference. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think we're down on that now, especially when they won big, because we barely won our game. And then they won their game by 3 goals. So that goal difference is straight back up. Okay. He didn't see Arsenal drop points. Do you think you could have a midfield of O'Reilly, Rodri, and Turkey or Foden? No, I don't see it happening. Not this season. Probably not even next season either. You will never see that midfield as long as the captain is here. That's just the facts. As long as the captain's on the team, he's going to start every game. And even if it makes us unbalanced, that's just a fact. But we need to find a way to get at least Turkey in this team, because I think we just need to be creating more chances, and we're not. So that to me is where I think we are letting ourselves down. I think we need to have the more creative players out there. In certain matchups, it'll be Tijani. In certain matchups, it'll be Turkey. Foden's not the creative. He's not going to create a lot of chances, but actually he does. He does create a decent amount of chances for Holland. Holland just scuffs them every time. But he scores goals. Foden can score goals, and he's just I don't know where his rhythm. I don't know where his spot is. I just don't know. And I'm starting to ask some questions. There are some heavy rumors that Foden has an extension lined up. Again, I'm just saying rumors now because there's nothing been announced by the club. So I am going to call it a rumor until the club announces it. Not doubting anybody's info. I'm just going with what the club says for now. If we're going to give him the rumored amounts of money, $300K a week, are we really going to give him that kind of money to sit on a bench? That would be a waste of money because there's also, whisperings of us trying to reduce the payroll. Why would you give a guy $300K a week? We've already got a $300K a week guy on the bench. Do we need two? I don't think so. So I just, I think Foden needs to get back into this team, but I don't see it happening this season. So I think that's a shame because I just think I rate Phil Foden. I think he's a good player, and I think we just when he's playing well, I think the team just plays better. So we'll see. I don't know what the woo means. Tricky and Foden bench like Mahrez, yeah. Well, no, Mahrez started a lot of games. Just not towards the end. Towards the end, he got benched, and that's why he left. He just said, "Nah, I'm out of here." I think Mahrez was smart though. I think he left at the right time. I think he knew I think he knew he'd reached the highest of highs he was going to get. And I think he just knew. I think he had very good self-awareness on when to leave the club. And I know he got miffed because he got benched in the champ. He got benched in the FA Cup final. He got benched in the run-in. He got benched. He didn't play in the champ. He didn't even play in the Champions League final. Remember when KDB got injured? It was Foden who got the call. Which actually, I was surprised. I thought Mahrez might have because, Pep tends to go with more experience, but he trusted Phil in that role. The last time I remember Mahrez starting a knockout game in the Champions League is he started that game at Leipzig. Remember, he got the goal. He got that goal at the 1-1. Okay, no way these pay. Yes, they are. Yeah, that's how they get paid. They get paid on a weekly. They do. Could solve world hunger. I don't know. Well, go petition to the players to start donating to world hunger. I don't know. I don't know how we solve that problem. Who would I sell in the summer? Well, I would let Stones and Bernardo go on freeze. I would sell Kovacic and Ake. I would make sure Rodri stays and give him a new contract. Let's see. Who else would I sell? I don't want to sell James Trafford, but I think he's going to ask to go. So I would also, this is going to shock everyone, including the owner of this channel. I would sell Jeremy Doku because I know as great as he is, what he does is so elite, but his fitness has become such a liability. Like he's already missed 2 or 3 months of the season and he's not even back anytime soon. And he keeps getting repeat muscle injuries. And I think what makes him special is that explosion, that explosiveness. That's going to diminish the more of these hamstring injuries he keeps picking up. So I would cash out while the iron's hot and get your money back. I know that's a shock. That's probably going to be shocking to some people, but I don't want another John Stones. I really don't. This player who's just so great. And the fact that he's having all these injuries at a young age is very concerning because I think by the time he gets to his prime, there's just going to be so much scar tissue there. You look at Bukayo Saka. He's had a bunch of injuries now at a young age. And I think he looks like the shell of himself. He doesn't look like the same player at all. He just looks, he's lost that burst of pace that made him so special. And I can see that happening to Doku. And so I would just, that to me, I just wouldn't. I would try to profit from that and find somebody more reliable. And I think Semenyo coming in makes that call a lot easier. I'm probably going to get a message midstream being like, I'm shutting the channel down because you're talking about my boy that way. Do I only watch Hollywood superstars? What about I don't watch anything. Hollywood? Nah. I don't do celebrity culture. They're all just a bunch of phonies to me. All right. Stefan would sell Savinho. I'm still willing to give Savinho a chance, but I think this season has not really shown me that much. He hasn't really improved that much. I could give him one more year. But at the end of season 3, if I'm not seeing improvement, then yeah, I would. All right, Brian is selling Foden. I still back Phil Foden, so I'm not selling him. So yeah, Saka is 24. Yeah, when you tear your hamstring and you have to have surgery, and then you have another one, yeah, it's not looking good. And they just gave him a massive contract, and again, he's having hamstring injuries. I don't, do you want to give Doku a massive contract and then have him look like Bukayo Saka? I don't think Saka looks good at all this season. I really don't. From what I've seen, I'm just like, nah, you don't look the same player. Livramento and his 2 ACLs. Well, Transfermarkt said he only had 1 ACL. I don't know if he just had it. Maybe he injured it, the other one. I don't know. But yeah, I get it. He is a nice player, but that is definitely. I think the injuries are going to scare us off. But the fact that we keep being linked to him, and he is homegrown, so there's that. Hollywood, you meant the first team. Do I watch the academy? I do not watch the academy. I do not. I don't have City Plus. I'd give Savinho till January. Okay. I have to be joking about Doku. For me, like I said, it's the injuries. There's too many. He's too unreliable. I just think he's too unreliable. So, and just again, the cumulative injuries at a young age scares me. Imagine if we were to buy him, if he was on the open market now, and you saw his injury history now, would you want to buy him? I wouldn't. If I had it, we have him. I'm like, pass that injury burden to someone else. What is the best fast food place in America? In-N-Out Burger, without a doubt. They are in most places in America, primarily on the West Coast, but they're expanding to some big cities. And I know they're in Colorado. I think they're in Tennessee. I think they're in Texas. They're everywhere on the West Coast, like California, everywhere. I'm in Nevada. They're in Nevada because we're right over the border from California. Yeah, In-N-Out Burger. It's actually still cheap. Chipotle is like $20 now. I'm just like, what? Chipotle? I'm not going to Chipotle no more. I remember when Chipotle was $5. And then, it costs more if you wanted to get like guacamole and all that stuff. But now it's like $20. I'm like, get that. In-N-Out Burger, you still get a burger for like $2 or $3. And everybody likes going there because it doesn't matter what time of day you go to In-N-Out Burger, except like right when they open. If you go, and maybe like 30 minutes before they close at 2 a.m. That place is always crowded. You're always going to wait in a massive line. If you're waiting in that drive-through line, it is always going to be around the whole place, and sometimes out onto the street. So In-N-Out Burger is without a doubt my best pick for American fast food. I don't think Foden is good when he was younger. People thought he was David Silva. Yeah, he's a goal-scoring midfielder. I think there's a place for that. You just got to, again, pair him with a creator. Pair him with Turkey. The two of them together were feeding off of each other. Turkey was assisting Foden game after game after game. I like that. I like that combo. You should try South Africa. I've been to South Africa. I loved it, man. Oh, a bunny chow. Oh, bunny chow was so good. Bunny chow and biltong. Biltong's the best. They sell it in America, so I've been able to get some pretty decent biltong. It's like American made, so maybe it's not quite as good as South Africa, and it definitely doesn't have all this the variety. It's just beef here. But I remember having, what did I have? I had kudu biltong. That was the only. Most of it was beef, but yeah, South Africa, great, man. I'm dying to go back. I went like 10 plus years ago. South Africa is a great place. Everyone should go visit South Africa. Absolutely beautiful country. 23-24, it'll be fine for next season. Who? Oh, you're talking about Doku? That's the thing, though. He plays every game, and he just keeps having injuries. He just keeps having, to me, that's a concern. We miss a Kalva and Doku type player, drive, carry the ball. Yeah, that is something we have to face the news on, is that I think the Premier League is moving away from the passing. So when I hear news about Bernardo extending potentially, it's a rumor. It's just a rumor. I don't know if that fits the Premier League anymore. I just don't. I think we're vastly overrating this whole. Everyone's like, well, we have to have experience. I'm like, I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think we have experience on the team. We have experience. Erling Haaland is an experienced player. Phil Foden is an experienced player. Mark Gahey is an experienced player. Ruben Diaz is an experienced player. Donnarumma, very, very experienced player. Joshua Vardial, very experienced player. If he stays, Jeremy Doku, very experienced player. So that to me, I'm not buying that argument. Okay, I don't know what he's agreeing on, but he agrees. Nico O'Reilly looks really tall in the midfield. This is gonna be an NBA reference. You know what Nico O'Reilly looks like? 6'5" in the midfield. It's like Magic Johnson playing a point guard for the Lakers when he was like 6'10". Usually the point guards are like the 6'2" guys. Magic Johnson was like 6'10", close to 7 feet. That's what Nico O'Reilly reminds me of. Yeah, Bill Tong. Bill Tong's so good. Oh, Croatia. Oh, dude, Croatia. I went to Croatia in the summer of 24. I loved Croatia, man. Oh, the food was so good. The cevapi, the Ivar. Oh, the Ivar sauce. I'm about to pay $15 for a jar of Ivar because that's how much I love it. The brand I bought in Croatia, there's this little. I was outside of Dubrovnik, and it was my last stop before I came home. And I went to the little market right outside the city wall. Bought me a couple of jars of Ivar. Oh, so good, man! That's like a tomato eggplant dip. Oh God, I could just eat it like with crackers, like just so good. Yeah, Croatia is absolutely beautiful. The islands are beautiful. The coastline is beautiful. Some of the most majestic blue you'll ever see in your life. All right, Rose does not like Chipotle. I like it. I just don't want to pay $20 for it. It's not worth $20 to me. I don't know what it costs where you live, but yeah, it's just a lot of money. I don't think for me, the quality is not high enough. I will say though, the rice is delicious. Oh God. I'm a sucker for rice. Like just a good, like one of my favorite things that I've ever eaten in my whole life, and I'll never eat it again, was my ex's mom would make her the Mexican rice. Oh, if she's my boy, we broke up, and then his mom unfortunately passed away. So I'll never eat it again in my life. But oh my God, I would have picked that to be like one of my last meals. That was my favorite thing to eat. So Chipotle, just the white rice, the cilantro, and the lime. Oh, excellent. All right, sell Stones and Kovacic are injured every season. Well, we don't have to sell Stones because Stones' contract ends at the end of the season. So we'll just let him go on free. We'll give him a great goodbye because he's been a fantastic player on this team. We'll give him the Kevin De Bruyne type of, maybe not that. Yeah, I think actually, you know what? We probably will. I think John Stones has earned that. Do you see Pep playing Nico G and UCL? No, I don't. No, I think Nico G is going to be playing like cup games. What we should be doing though is using Nico G in some, if we could ever, get a lead in a game that's, not one goal. If we could ever get a 2-goal lead late in a game, I would start utilizing Nico G. Take Bernardo off, take Rodri off, take one of them two off because Rodri's coming back from a major injury, manage his minutes. Bernardo Silva's 31, manage his minutes. The more you manage his minutes, the better he's going to play. All right, Darsh just sent me a DM on Twitter. Hey, you want the link? Let me read it real fast. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, here. I'll post it. Yeah, I'm gonna post it. Darsh just sent me the link. I'm gonna post it in the chat. In case anybody wants to learn more about the cause that Darsh is doing a fundraiser for. So here we go. I'm going to post it in the chat. So yeah, if you want to help this link I just posted, it's for if you want to help people who have some teenagers who have cancer. So that would go fundraise to them, help them have some food. So that's one last thing they could stress about during this very trying time in their life. Okay. So yeah, hopefully, let me just make sure that posted. Yeah. Okay. So that's posted in the chat, guys. Check it out, please. That's a very worthy cause, and check it out. Share it if you can, please. That'd be a great thing to do. Okay. Football players are drinking protein shakes for the long quarters and thonk. Yeah. That's another development I don't really like about the Premier League right now. It's all that. Ugh. I remember Nico's debut, and yeah. I think we're all thinking like, what? Why is he playing at left back? But yeah, that kid is just absolutely special. We're watching him just turn into this superstar game by game, and it's just a pleasure to watch. I love the guy. I love Nico O'Reilly. I'm so glad we didn't sell him to Chelsea. I know they wanted him, and they probably thought they were going to pull the wool over our eyes like they did with Palmer. And we're just like, psych. No, you're not. Athletes. Yeah. Well, that's just how it is. Even people working, the CEOs, they're making a fuck ton of money. Politicians are making a ton of money. A lot of people are making a ton of money, and our pay just keeps going down. I work a 9 to 5. I have today off. I have today off work, but I'll be back at work tomorrow, and I'd get by. It's fine. But I could make more money. I'm kind of lazy. All right, the mixture is what I don't like. Oh, kind of like the rice on top of the beans, on top of the rice on the bottom, and the beans and the meat and all that stuff on top. Yeah. I would love to just eat a bowl of that rice. I'm just going to say that. I have everything else on the side, kind of do that and just have my favorite thing to do when I get a Chipotle is to eat the edges of the rice that doesn't have any of the sauce on it. It doesn't absorb anything. I'm obsessed with that rice. It's so good. There's a lot of recipes on Pinterest. Apparently you can make it. I don't know if maybe you're not obsessed with it like I am, but I have to try that sometime. You see how simple it is. See what I'm missing. All right. Padman's playing the long ball now. Semenya and Marmouche. What happened to Tiki Taka is we don't have the players for it anymore. We just don't. We don't really, so I hate to get shout out Spartacus. I'm about to give him some credit, but I don't think we can really play the Tiki Taka with Donnarumma. And that's okay because I don't think anybody's playing it anymore except for PSG, and they have an elite midfield with technicians who are in their prime. We unfortunately don't have that anymore. Rodri is still finding his fitness. Bernardo has passed his prime and is kind of on the decline right now. Not saying he's shit. I'm just saying he's just not in his prime anymore. We don't have KDB. We don't have Gundogan. We don't have David Silva. Those kind of players. Those are the kind of profiles you need to play that style anymore. And we don't really have that. So that's why we're not really doing tiki-taka anymore. And also, some of these players don't have his first touch for it. Marmouche can't play tiki-taka. His first touch bounces off his foot quite often. Turkey does. Turkey probably could. Phil Foden, they're both two techie ballers. They could probably play that, but I think we need to just evolve past that. I think the Premier League has evolved. I think it's time for City to evolve and start the new generation. That for me is what this season has been about, is getting the next generation ready. And we've done that to a degree, but I don't think we've done it enough. So that might be one of my kind of laments at the end of the season, is that we just didn't get some of these younger players ready enough for next season. Good evening, Jessica. What are chances we are on the EPL this season? Can you rephrase that? I don't understand what you're asking. Am I ready to watch a corner goal from Declan Rice? Well, I've been told that they're great at scoring an open play and all that stuff. I got into a big fight on Jed Mo, but I just think people just overrate Declan Rice, and they're constantly coming at me being like, well, Pep wanted him. I'm like, I don't think he would have been, let's think about this, logically. Do you think he would be a Pep Guardiola 8? I don't think he's technical enough. I don't think his first touch is good enough. I don't think his passing is good enough. I don't think he can pausa. I don't think he can, he can't create chances in open play. If you look at his stats, they're like, oh, all these big chances created. They're all from corners. They're not from open play. Or if they are, it's very, very, very few of them are. I think he would just be lost if he tried to play as an 8. As a 6, different story. But we have Rodri. When we were trying to sign him, we had Rodri, the best 6 in the world. So we didn't need him. This is a good comment. Your favorite player is Iniesta. Think of who Pep has played as an 8 in his, he had Xavi and Iniesta. And he also had Busquets in that midfield. That's a tiki-taka midfield. Bayern, I don't remember. I did not watch Bayern Munich when Pep Guardiola was there. Someone in the chat, fill me in if you can. What was it? Muller. I know Philip Lahm kind of inverted into the midfield, kind of in that John Stonesy role, or the Rico Lewis role, if you want to call it that. Those kind of play, that kind of a midfield. And then at City, he had Ilkay Gundogan, he had David Silva, he had Kevin De Bruyne, he had prime Bernardo Silva. He had those kind of profiles in the middle of the pitch. Elite technicians, all have very solid first touches, all could create. And when you think of those kind of players as a Pep 8, do you see Declan Rice matching up that profile? I think it's just the complete opposite profile. This is not me saying Declan Rice is a bad player. I'm just saying I don't think he's the same kind of profile that fits a Pep Guardiola midfield in the 8, which is where he's currently playing. I just don't think I don't think he can do that. He's more of a Fernandinho type profile. He would have been great as a, if we didn't have Rodri, have him kind of be that Fernandinho like bulldozer replacement. But at the same time, Fernandinho was very underrated with his foot. Hey, hang on. I was rambling long enough that Luke just said, "Come on."
It's all right. It's all right. I did a whole show of 2 hours of my own yesterday, so I know how it feels to do it on your own. It can be an absolute nightmare after a while. And you get bored of yourself, don't you, after a while? So
I don't know. There have been some good questions. So
no, there always is. I think having a good chat helps. If you have no one to chat giving you good questions, you end up feeling like you're going crazy. So it's good to have a chat that does ask questions. But big up, guys. They're all doing good.
All right, Brian says Marmoush Semenya 130 million combined. They can't carry the ball. I don't think that's supposed to be their role. They're playing like on the wing. I don't really think that's what they're meant to do. I don't know. All right. Oh, here's a good question. I think Rodri will sign a new contract and leave. Who do we get to replace Rodri? Bernardo. I actually have a lot of thoughts on this. I was listening to Martin, the replay of Mancunian Way stream last night, and they brought this up. I wasn't live. I listened to replay, like I said, and I put some comments in the, below the stream. I think the Rodri thing. I actually don't think Rodri's going to sign a new contract. But the thing that I don't think we're going to sell him this summer, because I don't think anyone in Spain. I think he wants to go back to Spain. I don't think anybody's going to pay money for him.
The thing is, right, everyone's got to realise, right, that not every best player we ever had is going to stay here for the rest of their career. And the guy's been here for, 6 years, which is quite a long time for anyone that's from a different country. And he'll leave here a legend, by the way. No matter what, right, Rodri, right, he loves the club. He loves the club and he loves the fans. But if he wants to go back home, I appreciate that. Yeah. He wants to start a family with Mrs. Obviously, who's I think being a doctor. And look, because Real, Barca, I'll know do wherever well there, and I wish him all the best there, and I hope he does well there. Obviously, except against us, obviously, when we do play them. But look, obviously, he can still stay. If he stays, great. And I think at the end of the day, right, and Martin said it before, right, no one really knows what's going on, do we? But he's told stuff, and Tony gets told stuff. They always say, though, Cal, that doesn't mean that it's the truth. What you get told is what you get told. Anyone. All we can hope is that whatever comes of it, it doesn't end in a toxic way. I hope that if Rodri decides to leave, then fair enough. But I hope we just get some clarity on it for the end of the season. That's all I hope. Just let us know what the plan's going to be, because I don't want to be sat here thinking, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Because again, we're in a crunch time now. Like next week's March, and that's when it starts. UCL starts for us. Knockout start. FA Cup, Carabao Cup. As I said before, March is when it all really kicks off. And I don't want to be sat here worrying about Rodri's contract when I shouldn't have to be at all. If he's going to go, all right, cool. End the season with him in the squad. Let's get him back on form again, and let's let him go out on a high. Because I'd love him to go. Imagine Kels. He goes out winning a UCL Premier League for us one last time.
Wow.
Look,
I would love that, man. I totally agree with you. I do think that if he wants to go back to Spain, I get it. That's fine. Yeah. I would prefer to just keep him one more year and let him go on a free. Yeah. I think he's earned that right. And like I said, David Silva did the same thing. David Silva left at around the same age, maybe slightly older, but
34, 35, I think, or 36.
I thought he was only 32.
Actually, no, I think it was. Guys, could you confirm to me how old was David Silva when he left? He was pretty old
for a long time with what was it? Sociedad. I feel like he was a Sociedad for 4 or 5 seasons. He
got Sociedad to the UCL, and he had to bail out of it. He had to retire because ACL injury at 38.
Yeah. He played there for a long time. He played.
Problem is though, ACL 38 is kind of like.
My bad. Okay, so he played 10 years for City. He only played 3 years for Sociedad. I don't know why it felt like so much longer to me.
The thing is, ACL 38 though, Kels. That's
Yeah,
okay. I mean, it doesn't matter how strong your body is. At 38, you're an athlete. 38, like me doing my ACL now, I'll be able to recover quickly because of how young I am. If you're like mid-40, well, everyone's different, but when you're an athlete, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
It'd be at least a year and a half before you're back on the pitch again. So
I think he immediately retired too. I think he's just like, yeah, I tore my ACL. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not coming back.
Which I don't blame.
I mean, the rehab, and I'm sure he left
one of the greatest of their players, mate. Honestly, like for Spain, he was one of the best players in that Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. Yeah, Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, David Silva, and one Spanish team. Like that midfield was unbelievable. World Cup, Euros, honestly, one of the best teams. Torres on
Torres, Fernando Torres,
Jordi Alba overlapping another left back.
Yeah,
David De Gea in goal. I mean, one of the best. Spain were an elite team. Even now, they're like Rodri, Yamal.
That back line they had too. Puyol, Piqué, like that was elite. And the
imagine choosing between Nico G. Imagine choosing between Nico G, Zubimendi, and Rodri. So, which one choose today at DM? Like it's like you lucky bastards.
I got roasted. I said Nico G fits our team better than Rodri or than Declan Rice would, and I got completely eviscerated for it.
Nico G for me, right? If Rodri is to go, I'm not worried for the club because we got Nico G, and I'm not saying he's as good as him, but we'll find a way around it. Again, big players lead the club all the time. It's going to happen. Like, if he does one more deal, brilliant. But at the end of the day, right, not every player is going to stay here for the rest of their career. Yeah. Kevin De Bruyne did because Kevin De Bruyne loved it here so much. Rodri, I know loves it here. I know he does. I know he loves it here. But again, some players just have enough.
Like, yeah, and also he is going to be 30, so maybe he just wants to. I know he has aspirations to work in the management side of football, so maybe he will cut his playing career short and just go straight into management. So, by the way, Hugo Viana, when you leave in 15 years, we'll replace you with Rodri.
Chat, imagine a managerial team of Company, Gundogan, De Bruyne on that sideline.
With Rodri buying and selling players.
Demanding a lot.
I say Bernardo Silva could be in that
Bernardo staff as well. Ruben Diaz future as well, demanding more. Give me it now. Ruben
Diaz being the defensive coach. Dude, that'd be...
Do you know what I want, right? One last Rodri Thunder bastard against Arsenal.
Taking a shirt off? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
still rattled by that.
Because honestly, the shows after that, if we beat Arsenal Carabao Cup in the league,
oh, dude,
biblical. Because it's gonna be like, yes, it's like, look, I know we haven't done anything yet, but like the fact that could happen, and I think the thing is, Arsenal fans think they're this team that can beat anyone, and yeah, they're right. But look at them against Wolves and Brentford, right? Like I said before, I don't think the games against Chelsea and Tottenham for me are the ones that I'm looking at. It's the ones against lots of Burnley, Everton. The ones that they should be winning, but they'll drop points in out of nowhere. That's what I thought. Yeah. Look at Wolves. I straight away I thought, I've got a funny feeling it's going to be 2-2. And it happened because Arsenal, for some reason, against the smaller teams, think they can just shit out and win and get away with it. No, it works, man. Like, we know what I was like. Look, I know Newcastle should have scored more. I think on another day, it probably would have been 4 or 5-1. Another day, they've got a chance to go in. But I just, to me, I just feel like with our current team, there's so many more levels to go right now for us. But look at it, like we're unbeaten since what? Since Bodo Glimt,
since the derby.
Well, no, Bodo Glimt.
Bodo Glimt. Sorry, mate, in the Premier League.
Now, by the way, right, if we get them, please.
I think we're going to get them.
Players, kill them. I'm saying it now. Yeah. Do not go in and think. I hope that 3-1 loss humbled them. That Bodo Glimt team, by the way, could beat Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal. It would beat them because those players on that pitch for Bodo Glimt don't give a fuck who you are.
And they believe.
I'm not saying they win the UCL, but they could beat us in 2 legs.
They could. That would be the worst news ever for Arsenal. If we lost in the round of 16, that'd be the worst news for Arsenal because we would just throw everything in the Premier League.
Good for us, Kelso. For us to Klimt, I'm done.
Oh. I don't expect us to win. I don't expect us to win the Champions League. Even if we manage to get past our 16, I think we're going to go out in the quarters. I just don't think we have it this year in the Champions League. I think we need a better midfielder. We need a better midfield, and we're not going to get that until the summer.
We have the keeper, we've got the defenders, and we've got the striker. I don't actually. Do you remember? Right? We got the players and moments that can win us the UCL.
Yeah.
The problem is for me, Leverkusen, Monaco, games like that. Well, like it should be 3 or 4. We should get it done. And by the way, right? I know some people think, oh, you shouldn't expect that. I'm just saying for Champions League, and we know it because when we won it, put teams to bed.
Yeah,
you have to. That's why I think for me at the moment, if there's one concern I've got about the City team right now, it's definitely going to be goals because we've got to score more of them. I think at the back, I think we're all right. Keeper wise, we're good. Whoever's in goal, defense, I trust Husanov, Diaz. Obviously, Stones obviously is in and out of the team, but when he does play, I trust him. I think to me, the back line for Mikel isn't the issue. Never has been an issue at all. I think defensively we're actually okay.
Yeah, we are. I totally agree with that.
The midfield, I think, is getting better. Riley's doing well.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. We're unsure. If you ask me right now about the UCL, I'd say, I don't know. Ask me again if we get past the 16. Ask me again. If we get the final, ask me again.
The Premier League is one game at a time, and the Champions League is one round at a time.
Yeah. But this is the thing, though. Carabao Cup final, FA Cup, we have got a lot more games to go. Like, honestly, if you think, right, Newcastle was bad, we just started. Leeds on Saturday.
Yeah, Leeds. Yeah, I don't think Newcastle was that bad. I know there's been a lot of discussion saying the second half was bad. I think we looked a lot better in the second half when we brought a creator onto the pitch. When we brought Turkey on, I think we created more chances. I know the stats will tell me otherwise, but we felt more dangerous. We just weren't
if we had scored 2 or 3 goals in that half, 5-1, whole different perspective. We actually played well that second half.
Nori had another chance that he blew. There was that Holland chance and Foden, which I think we're back. I think Foden. One of them was like a deflection off of the other, but still, that's 2 chances that Pope just was great on.
Both halves, we were okay. Like both halves, because look, at the end of the day, right? Did Newcastle batter us second half? No, I don't know. Apart from the Barnes chance at the end, what else did they really do that second half?
Like, I think we were trying to go long, and we were struggling to recover. Donnarumma would kick the ball long, and we did concede possession quite a bit. Yeah, because like nobody could collect the ball, and they would go break. They would attack us, but they didn't have a shot on target until, like you said, that Harvey Barnes chance that Donnarumma saved.
Yeah, so that's why for me,
I think that's our key this year is we have a shot stopper. That's
why for me, I'm not scared of us at the back. What I'm worried about is the goals up front. Because again, I'm not going to go to Haaland by the way, because Haaland, I think will get the goals will come from Haaland. It'll come back because we've proven it haven't. It's Marmoush that I need to score see more goals from. Not obviously he scored goals, but I need more. I need more from him. If it's Doku's playing, Doku, we need more goals. Foden, check it.
Yeah, that's another. I was ripping on Doku earlier.
I love him.
He also doesn't score goals, so I think he's injury prone. He doesn't score goals, so that to me is
Fabinho and Doku. Right for me, if they're both on it and they both get goals in their game, that's the best wing pairing probably in the league, maybe in the world. Which I know will sound crazy, but watch both players when they're on it, both skillful and running it at full pelt. Both young players as well. Imagine them both developed into way better. Them two, I don't mind having the squad to get better over time. I'm up for that because
for me, this is Doku's 3rd season. For me, what's scaring me on Doku is the injuries.
With Savinho,
he's had a lot of hamstring injuries since he joined City. This is year 3, and he's had like 5 or 6 of them already.
With Savinho,
that doesn't bode well long term for me personally.
Yeah. With Savinho, it's kind of, you know what? We know what he's good at. If he scores more goals, he's fine. Like honestly, like assist wise, He's fine.
I thought he was very good last season, especially that disaster a team he walked into. I think he had 13 assists. Like that's good.
He's barely played this season.
That's another thing. He's been injured all season too, and he's not played a lot, and he's not really doing a lot of stats. But
he'll be crucial.
It's only his second year, and he's only 20 years old. So like, I can give that a bit more grace.
Again,
I can give him. I can let him have another season.
Let's be real, right? Chat as well on Kels, right? We have got a great squad here that we're building there. Like, it's definitely a young squad than it was, but we've got a mix of a good squad here. And the fact that we're in the Carabao Cup final, we're in the Premier League title race with obviously Palace, we're 2 points behind Arsenal, potentially going into the big game against them. And Arsenal have a squad, by the way, actually winning the league this season. Compared to what we have right now.
That's all we've heard about all season is they're the best squad that's ever been assembled.
And with FA Cup obviously depends on Newcastle. If we get past Newcastle, I think we've got Newcastle. For me, I'm not scared of them. It's just us in front of goal that I've got to see us a lot better on. But the rest of it should be okay. We've got a great squad here. Husanov, by the way.
Yeah. Husanov, baller.
Vito Hayes as well. Vito Hayes. I've been watching a lot of Girona, right?
Yeah,
he's getting better and
better.
Echeverri as well has been doing way better because he's actually going to do more impact. Like, we've got good ballers coming through on loan and that. We've got a good squad we're building here.
Divine Mukasa has 5 goal contributions for Leicester in like what?
I'm going to be real with you. He'll be sold probably in the summer. And I love Divine Mukasa.
I think so, yeah, probably.
Some players aren't going to make it, guys. Divine ain't going to make it. Regan Jane aren't going to make it. It's not an insult to them. I think Divine's doing a balling job at Leicester. We're shit right now. Like, shit.
He's doing very well for Watford too.
I think
if it came down to Echeverri and Mukasa, the club might go for Mukasa because he's homegrown.
Yeah, no,
and I think the Echeverri thing pissed him off, where he didn't listen to them, and he just.
It's a shame.
Think that might work against him.
Because Claudio, for me, has the ability to be a good squad player for us in the future. I think watching him, you can see the talents there. It's just, don't listen to your agent. Listen to the club and what they're telling you to do. They're not telling that. For me, Vito Hayes, for me, shows that maturity already. Like, you can tell straight away. He's going to that Girona team, by the way, who aren't that good, by the way, themselves. And he helped them beat Barcelona 2-1. It's Yamal and that.
And they also got a draw against Real Madrid. Those are the 2 games. I've watched a couple Girona games, but I watched the Real Madrid game and I watched that Barcelona game. And he was very good in that Real Madrid game as well. I mean, granted, both of them were at Girona. They weren't at those other stadiums.
Yeah.
But those are still good results to get.
Imagine that we've got Diaz, Gahey, Vardiol, Husanov and Hayes. What a 5 that's going to be. Like, honestly, we have got some good options in the back. I think fullback obviously is. I think Aït-Nouri's done really well. Has gone back into the team again. Obviously, O'Reilly can play that. I think a right back will definitely need one right back for sure. I think Nuno's done a great job. For me, his comeback from that United game when we lost 2-1 at home. That comeback has been unbelievable. I think his remontada should be studied. Like how he's came back from that low point to where he is now, incredible. But I think if I had to say problem areas, it's probably going to be right back. Because I think long term he's someone playing that right back. I think if it is Javaro Reed, I'm fine with that. I think I don't mind having a younger player there and Nunes because then you can sort of rotate them both, and then also if one of them, the other guy gets better and better, then you play him over them. I think DM. I think if Rodri does go, then of course, obviously midfielder comes in, but I just think
we're heavily linked to Elliot Anderson. I know there's some mixed feelings about him in the City community, but we are heavily linked. He is homegrown. You have to remember that. That is a big
player. He's a good player.
He's a 6'8" too. He could. You could potentially have him and Rodri. I kept saying this. Like if you sign Elliot Anderson, you keep Rodri, and you have Nico Gonzalez. Every game you're going to play 2 of them. You just rotate who you play. But you know who's actually kind of thrown a spanner into all this is I don't think any of us saw Nico O'Reilly getting in the midfield this quickly.
For me, young player of the year should be.
Without a doubt. Has to be. There's nobody even close.
Look, player of the year, that's a different debate because I think at the moment I'm like, well, it should Haaland, I don't know.
It would be Haaland. 100%. Haaland is leading the league in goals and he's tied for second in assists.
I mean, let's be real. Goals-wise should be
better than anybody's playing.
I mean, goals-wise should be a lot more. Should be a way lot more than 22. But I mean, it should be like at least 30. Yeah. But that hopefully he gets them goals for the end of the season. Hopefully, but
so how many has he hit straight at the keeper? At least 10 or 15.
Look,
we're just like, oh, Holland goal, and that's like straight to keeper. Come on.
I think he'll get 30 plus this season. I think, but I don't know whether he'll get 36 again. I think that chance. Well, it depends. If he has a hat trick against bloody Leeds, hat trick against bloody Forest, then okay, right.
He hasn't had a hat trick in like a calendar year. What's going on?
Come on, I need one. Come on.
He won't do it against Leeds United, though. There you go.
Come on.
He'll never do it against Leeds. Remember, he wouldn't even. Remember, the last time we went to Ellen Road, he scored 2 goals. He didn't celebrate. Remember?
Yeah, it's right.
He's like born in that. I think it was in Yorkshire. I don't remember.
The thing is, right, that United talk bullshit, by the way, was a lot of rubbish. I'm sorry, what you think is going to United? Really? What? Leeds and City? Yeah, no. Like that guy hates United with a passion. Like, and also I'm going to say as well another point. Next season, we once again the players owe the fans a derby win again, because I mean. We paid it back, the 3-0, then we embarrassed us again. I'll try for we need a year where we win both games. We have to at some point, because honestly, we owe that club a battering. Not a 3-0, an absolute walloping. And Ryan Cherky, them comments that obviously got cooked because we lost to them. Fair enough. We lost to them 2-0. He has to. He owes that United team humbling as well. So
drinking some daiquiris.
Daiquiris, eh?
Oof. My mom loved it. She's like, I want to get a strawberry daiquiri. I'm like, what are you, 15? Okay, sorry, not 15. In America, it's actually 21 as a drinking age, but
yeah.
I thought I was cool when I was 10 years old. I thought I was cool when I would get a virgin daiquiri. A virgin daiquiri in America, that just means a virgin colada. There's no alcohol in it. They call it a virgin. Don't ask me why. Colada.
Yeah, virgin coladas, mate. Very good.
God. We had a Shirley Temple. I thought it was so cool ordering a Shirley Temple.
But you mean what? I mean, like I said earlier on, it's one game at a time. I know that sounds boring. I know it's the most basic comment ever, but it is true. It's how we got through title races last time. Like last season, right? As shit as it was, it was a rest. I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this. Like no title race to worry about. I can just not care, and it was nice. I will say it was nice. But then we're back in
the top 4 battle.
But now I'm like, oh god, we're actually back in it again. Oh no, I forgot what it was like.
I know. I'm prepared to age 5 to 10 years in the next couple of months. Yeah, if you guys don't like me when I'm a little bit emotional, don't that's gonna be the watch alongs is gonna be chaotic. But again, it's just in the heat of the moment. I'm a nervous fan. That's just how I watch sports.
Villa. I'm at the Villa game. I'm gonna be. I was there last time against Villa. We won 3-2. Like that aged me 25 years in that game. 2-0 down, and then I was in a bundle at the bottom at the shaking ground. I was like, God. that game. Bro, that's 2-0 down to 3-2 up, right?
Imagine Savinho coming off the bench and pulling a Gundogan. The fan base would instantly vindicate him.
Like, hold on, you haters! Like, no,
he'd be doing this to everybody.
Yeah, Rodney's like fucking yeah. No, actually, you know what? No, Reinders, the one player,
Johnny Reinders, yes.
I'm gonna say it right. He's been good. People are going to have at me for this.
I think it's a bit of a mixed boat, but I overall more positive than negative for me.
It's his first season. Like but we need to work. Again, he will play games and he'll get goals and assists, because the problem is, right, because he's not Gundogan straight away. That's why he's not Gundogan. He's a different kind of player. We got to play to again. This squad is not the same squad it was a couple of years ago. We are a different team now. We're not the same team. Yeah, Curtis, man. Honestly, I was at that game.
God.
Just honestly, when that goal went 2-0, I was just like,
Johnny needs to hit the gym. Yeah, he kind of does.
Oh, I did today.
Again, he's so soft. As tall and like he looks like he has a thicker frame. Like you can just tell his bone structure is just not so narrow; it's a bit wider. He could fill it. If he filled that profile out, he would be a menace.
Well, look at Cherky. Slimmed down, slimmed down massively. It looks a lot better. With Reinders, right?
I'm convinced. I'm convinced Cherky was not injured. I'm convinced Pep sent him to fat camp.
Cam Phillips style. No, this is what you don't do. This is what you
Johnny
do.
needs NFL training. Oh, honey.
Oh, mate, imagine that. Just like you're just running around like what are you?
Dude, the NFL Combine is no joke. Hey, you okay?
You're right. Bleep test. That's what we're doing. We're doing a bloody bleep test there. Everyone's bloody hitting
the NFL Combine. It's massive. That's what they call it. That's where all the rookies go to kind of, or the people who are about to be drafted. They go to just like demonstrate their skill set. They go through drill after drill after drill to be like, and they're all different tests. Like, what's your agility? What's your pace? What's your your catching? All that stuff. You know, different sport, but that's basically what.
All I'm going to say is
that's what that person is alluding to.
All I'm going to say is after the Carabao Cup final, win or lose, hopefully we win that game, so we go into that international break on a high. During that 2-week break, rest up, because if we get through the UCL and get through everything we need to get through in March, Kelps knows it as well. April and May, you're gonna have to lock in even more. Like March is gonna be crazy, but April and May, if we're still in everything, the stress level is gonna be through the roof.
Yeah, this is where this is where your underwear get dirty and because of squeaky bum time. You know, unfortunately, alcohol becomes your friend.
But of course,
maybe not
beers,
forever. Drink responsibly.
Honestly, like the way it's gonna go, right? If you like any kind of stress release you possibly get, just take it, because this club will put through the ringer. It will. Like, does this club ever do anything easy? Ever? No. It's always a heartbreak or the hard way, or because like that UCL run, Leipzig, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Inter Milan. Like, if you want an UCL, you do it the hard way. No easy draws. It's just like, all right.
And Inter was one of the easier draws too. Like, and we looked awful in that final. The first half we were terrible,
but we found a way. We won the game.
Found a way. Rodri picked this team up on his back and just.
I honestly cried. I cried that final. I did cry.
I'll never forget where I went. I woke up at 5 a.m. I drove about 4 and a half hours to the East Bay. I took the train into San Francisco. There's a Manchester City pub in San Francisco.
Cool.
I'm technically a member of that group, but I don't live there anymore, so I've only got like once or twice. But I went to that champion. I got there at 10 a.m. The game started at 12, so I got there 2 hours early. I went and got food. Could not eat it. I was just so nervous. Got ridiculously drunk and spent that entire game just like flipping out. And I remember when it ended and we won.
I cried.
I just remember getting, because I was, the high pub tables, the high top tables. I'd been sitting at one of those. I literally just kind of, I went onto the floor and sat underneath the table, and I just sat there, and I was just like just. Yeah. I wanted to cry, but like I used to have 2 cats, and literally 3 days. That was on a Saturday. The Wednesday before, so 3 days before the Champions League final, that cat got really sick, and I had to say goodbye to the cat. I had to send it across the Rainbow Bridge because poor guy was just really bad shape. So I had been crying for 3 straight days over the cat. So I just had nothing left when City won the Champions League, and my friend. And then afterwards, so the game ended at 2 p.m. my time because I'm in the West Coast. And I was going to a baseball game at 4 p.m. in the just down the street. I don't even remember getting in the Uber going to the baseball stadium. My friend, I was meeting my friend, and she's like, "Oh, we're getting special Kelly today." I was like, "Yeah." I was hammered. I had my baseball shirt on, but I had my City shirt on and a scarf. And a couple of people in the stadium were like, "Congrats!" I'm like, "Yeah." We won some people knew that we won the Champions League that day, and I was just like, the giant. And then the baseball game was a complete bust. It was terrible. Like, we got our butts kicked. I was like, I don't remember even being at the stadium. We ran into some people I went to school with. Like, it was just insane. Like that day, that was a whirlwind.
Well,
I want that feeling again.
Well, when I'm over in the US, obviously near you, I'll sort of come over and we'll probably watch some City while I'm out there. I'll probably go out when we're in the season anyway. But because obviously, for me, obviously, when I go US, it's more like I want to see like NBA, NFL, that kind of stuff, and do that. I know it's going to be expensive. I don't really care. It's just the experience of doing that kind of stuff, and it's amazing. But that's
Are
what
you into baseball at all?
I've got into it recently. I really like it.
Okay.
I prefer baseball to cricket. It's much more exciting.
Well, I mean, there are baseball teams in New York, so just saying.
Yeah, no. Well, again, I've been watching NBA for the past 5 years, and I really got into that recently. So that's good. I mean, the thing is, right? Like your sport, obviously, is a lot. Obviously been around the world too, but the way you do it is a lot more like dramatic, a lot more, tension.
It's a spectacle.
Spectacle, yeah. Obviously, the World Cup is
the end. Like the Super Bowl is like the biggest event in the year in the whole country. It's
a
massive party.
And World Cup this year as well.
I think you were stayed up for the Super Bowl. I think I remember messaging you. I don't remember.
I had chicken wings.
I got a little drunk, so
I bought chicken wings and beer. I was sorted. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it was obviously hate along failed for you.
Oh yeah. That game was disgusting because so the stadium that they played in, that's where my NFL team plays, San Francisco 49ers. That was their home stadium. And then the Seattle Seahawks are a big rival of ours. I wouldn't say it's almost on par with like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's on par with like a derby, but like they're just big rivals. We've had a big back and forth for years. So
Barca Madrid kind of
it's
style.
basically like if Manchester United won the Champions League at the Etihad.
You want
That's
to die.
how gross it felt. I was just like, I literally said burn the stadium down. I was like, the Seahawks just desecrated our stadium. Burn it down. Just burn it down and start. And a lot of people kind of. So it's funny because San Francisco is. It's a very small. It's like very compact. Yeah. So the stadium is actually not in San Francisco. It's actually about an hour south. Down in the South Bay, they built a new stadium. They used to be in San Francisco. They had this great, like, falling apart stadium that was just, it was like our main road. It was called Candlestick Park. It was super janky, but we loved it. That was our spot. But they built a new stadium, and the new place is just soulless, and it doesn't have any memories. Like, it's just not that greatest. And now there's a new conspiracy. Apparently, it's right next to a power substation. And our NFL team is having a ton of ridiculous injuries. Like our best defensive lineman, his name is Nick Bosa. He just tore his ACL for the second time. Our guy, George Kittle, our tight end, that's one of the offensive players. He just tore his Achilles. So all these players, and there's just been like every season just been devastating injuries. And so there's a conspiracy theory forming that because they play next to this electrical substation, that it's like emitting like negative energy or whatever that's weakening the bones and the muscles of all these players, and they're getting these. So to go along with that, I say burn the stadium down, go back to San Francisco, go back to Candlestick Point, and you didn't do anything with that ground after you tore the stadium down, and just rebuild the stadium there. The infrastructure's in place. You can get off the freeway there. You can take the train there. You can take the train from San Francisco. You can take the train from the South Bay. Like, just go back home. Go back to San Francisco. We're tired of playing in Santa Clara, which is an hour south. We're the San Francisco 49ers, not the Santa Clara 49ers. Like, just Seattle desecrated our stadium, burn it down, go home. Yeah. Just go back home. And get away from this fucking power plant.
I never get those teams that get moved. Like, is they right? You're a team from one place. What the fuck would you move anywhere else? I don't get that. So the whole point of the club is to be where it is, not what to be. Yeah, but
well, the irony is both New York NFL teams, the New York Giants and the New York Jets, they don't even play in the same state. They play in the state of New Jersey.
For God's.
I have no idea how that. I mean, they border each other. Like literally from Manhattan. If you take a bridge west, you're in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know exactly what it is, but like, I mean, I don't know exactly how you get to. I don't even know where it's called. The Meadowlands. I don't even know where it is. I should look it up on a map. But I'm just like, yeah, they play in New Jersey. They don't play in the same city. I mean, at least the baseball teams are in New York, and so is so are the hockey teams, and so is the NBA. They all play at Madison Square Garden. For the Knicks, the New York Knicks. Actually, there's also a team in Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Nets.
Because what was it? Because obviously I'm not going to go out as well. Because I know how you guys like react to like massive movies as well, like in the AMC theaters. Like I want to go one year when it's an Avengers movie because I want to actually.
Yeah.
Secret Wars. I'm gonna come out to New York or I'm not gonna come to where you are and go and watch it. I'm actually gonna think, yo, I want to be there when like everything happens because in the UK we're kind of similar, but we're not really the same. Like we have our reactions, but it's not like insanity. Like you see like ultra reactions of like moments like everyone's doing that and going crazy.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So yeah,
some of those reactions for Endgame were insane. I remember when I went and saw Endgame, I saw it in San Francisco. I couldn't even see it the night it came out. I had to wait like 2 or 3 days because that's how like packed it was. It was just demand upon demand. So I literally did not go online for 2 days. I was like, I ain't getting spoiled on this at all.
And it was worth it. And it was worth it. It was worth it, wasn't it? I mean, it's worth it, wasn't
it? When he grabbed the hammer, oh my god! Everybody was like.
You just think, right? This next film's gonna balance it. Like you got X-Men, Fantastic Four. Like, oh my god!
James Marsden is back.
Doing like full like visor, like yes, like because they finally given the original X-Men an actual like costumes. Like finally, you're giving Storm the actual. Finally, like oh man, like I know I'm nerding right now, but that's who I am. I'm a nerd. So that's just how I am. I mean. I love movies. Funny.
So. Phillips is ready for Rodriguez.
Batsy. Come on. Batsy.
I like this comment. Yeah. Like I said, I've been in this rebuild from the beginning because I asked the question over the summer. I said, do you want a rebuild or do you want more of the same? I picked a rebuild. I don't want more of the same. I think the same, what we've been doing for the past 8 years, I think that's just fading. That style is fading. And unfortunately, the players are too. That core we had they're aging out, and I'd rather us lose games and struggle integrating new players than to try to just keep hanging on to the past when the style's changing clearly. So yeah, I like this comment because like I am looking forward to next season when we get a few more signings and we really get this we have been rebuilding this team. These are all young players. And I'm just looking forward. I'm looking forward to the next generation. I really am. And, it's going to suck to say goodbye. It's going to suck to say goodbye to Rodri. It is going to look, I know everybody thinks I hate Bernardo Silva. I'm going to be sad when he leaves. What I feel about him currently, it does not take away. It does not denigrate what he did for 8 seasons. He's been an amazing player for this club. I just think he personally currently is not that player anymore. And I think our time would be more spent playing younger players who are better than him right now.
Well, the thing is
that's literally all it is with me. But that doesn't erase what he did in the past. He's been a fantastic player for this club, and I'm gonna miss him when he goes. John Stone, same thing. He's kind of degraded in recent seasons. Like his body is breaking down, but that doesn't erase what he did in the past. Yeah. He's been a great player. Same, and Ederson, Gundogan, De Bruyne, all those players, Sané, Sterling. Aguero, David Silva. We watched them. We loved them. Vincent Kompany, all them players.
If the thing is, Kels, everyone's
have to move on to the next generation.
Everyone's asking, right? And look, I get what Sparkle was saying. I said on my stream yesterday, but the thing is, right? Like, I think what you're asking for at this point, or what you're kind of like wanting, is kind of like what Pep's going away from. And I appreciate where he's coming from, like playing out from the back and all that, but let's be honest here, right? Does Wright even do that anymore? Like playing out from the back now. I'm not saying it's gone, but it's not like it used to be.
It's not, and that's okay. That's okay.
It changes.
Again, we have to realize that we're not that team anymore, and the more that we try to compare. Like if we're insulting Donnarumma for not being Ederson, you're never gonna be happy because he'll never be that player. But that doesn't mean he can't be a great player for this team. And we have to learn how to play with him. It's only been 6 months. It's gonna take time. We might need some more signings to kind of help with that. But Gvardiol is very good on the ball. He can help with that. I think Guéhi is a great step in that direction as well. And I think Husanov is very underrated on the ball. I'm not gonna say he's at Gvardiol levels, but he is still quite good at that. Yeah, Martin's in the building. Bernardo Silva running down the wing. Silva, breaks out blue boy, six Silva. We're all going to Istanbul.
Well, Budapest, hopefully.
Champions elect in the building. Yeah, big up, Martin. Martin, you want to link? We're just hanging out. We're just chit chatting here. If you want to come on, let me know. Yeah, like I said, we're just having a late night chat. I got the day off. The wind is howling outside. Like, I mean, howling. I don't want to be anywhere outside. I always try to get fresh air on my day off. But I'm sitting here drinking, having a stream. If you want to join, please do.
I'm going to say it right, Kels. And people are going to think I'm going crazy. It's not, look, I think it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, right, just like Arsenal, we're in the mix for a potential quad. Is it going to happen? No. I think both teams are going to struggle. It's going to drop at some point. But the fact is, we're going into March and we're still in the hunt for all 4 trophies still. Like,
yeah, and I don't think any of us thought we'd be. Nobody thought we'd be in that position this time of year.
No, like if I asked you after Brighton away, we lost 2-1, I tell you by March we'd be the Carabao Cup final. We'd be potentially 2 points off Arsenal if we win our game in hand against them. FA Cup 5th round and UCL last 16 top 8. You'd be like bullshit. You'd be thinking I'm lying after that Brighton Tottenham game. But here we are. Here we are. I'm not saying it's like, that means that we're winning at all, but it just like the fact that this young team, as an always developing team, is still fighting for everything, and that reaction from everyone, like Donnarumma hugging Riley and Haaland, like I was like, they want this,
dude. Those are some of the biggest moments of the season. That hug. I also think, remember, I forget what game it was, but when Nico O'Reilly made that block in that one game, and everybody just gravitated toward him, like he sprinted over to hug him. And Husanov was hugging him, and Diaz and whoever was on the pitch all came and hugged him. And I was like, that to me is one of the most important moments of the season, because it's a young player in an adverse situation, and he performed under the pressure, and that we missed that so much last season. And a young player might have been scared, and he wasn't. He faced the challenge and he succeeded. And like the way the team reacted, I was like, we're building something here. Like this is a young player. Martin, I just sent you the link. But like that to me is like very important. Like, because that is building confidence. It's like that's putting the base layer down into the foundation of the next generation of this team. And I want to give these young players the opportunity. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Hang on.
Well, Husanov like scores a goal for us. Like imagine like a big goal from him away from home in a big game. Like he scores, and because the way he's getting more part of the squad now and getting obviously more part of the group. Like goals from like him and that. Like imagine like a big away game, someone like Chelsea away, he scores the winning goal. Someone like him, like and the. Like someone like that is going to have such a massive career at City, right? Because he's just getting better and better. He's getting under the radar, and the fact that people were still going on about that Chelsea game just tell me all we need to about media in this country. Like honestly, what are we doing here? Since that Chelsea game, even the game itself, he's gotten better and better and better each game he's played. His tackling he's gotten under control. Like he's tackling still strong, but he's not doing it as much anymore. He's timing it well. Like this guy.
So he's learning.
Is it perfect? No, but it's never gonna. He's still young. It's perfectly fine. But someone like him and Evie Joe Hayes, like, you know what? I'm gonna give him time. Savinho, I'm gonna give him time because they're young players. Give these guys some time to develop. But likes of Gahey, likes of Diaz, likes of Vardio, they're your players that you can say are your experienced players. You're right.
Sorry. No, the wind is just like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, this wind outside is insane.
But I'm excited, Kat. I'm actually excited to see where we go next year. Like, the fact that this team's doing this well now, and next year will be even better potentially.
Yeah, that's just getting me very excited. Like I do think we recruited very well. Like even if Nico G's just a squad player, that's a very good squad player to have. Tijani Rangers, maybe, I still think there is talent there. He's not exactly like, maybe I expected him to be up here and he's only here, but that's still a good player. He can build up. Maybe he won't get there. I don't know, but Ryan Turkey's a very promising player.
Even Semenyo
has been a very good player.
Even Semenyo's a good player as well. You can see the bunch of
Semenyo, yeah. Mark Gahey. I am so impressed with Mark Gahey. Like, I think he's walked into this team and he looks like he belongs. Like, he's got leadership, he's got talent, his reading of the game is very well. He's playing out the back, and he's playing like he's been here for like 2 or 3 seasons, and he's been here 5-6 games. Like, I am so impressed by that. I really am. I just,
Yeah, honestly.
I completely underestimated the impact he was going to make on us.
And like I said before, right? Every game we play, right? So Leeds away will be a tough game, but I'm so confident this team can go there and put a good fight. Because Leeds aren't a part of the bus team. They're not. They'll go for against us. And I'm not saying
that might be the worrying part, though. Like, maybe if they parked the bus, we would just struggle to break them down. But we tend to struggle a little bit when teams press us.
Well, that
is something we have to work on. But this is just another test, and if we fail the test, then that's just part of the process.
Look,
I am worried that I know I'm going to overreact if we drop points, but our fan base too. Like, I hope we just go get too all or nothing on these games.
If we win the Carabao Cup in the league, right? I don't give a shit how bad we do in the FA Cup and Champions League. It's still trophies.
Yeah, same.
Give me a Carabao. Anything else after that, cool. Because this team
I would love the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, a trophy. Because give Husanov a trophy. Give Gahey a trophy. Obviously gave one FA Cup anyway, but Semenyo a trophy that he can lift and hold up. We've got players.
Turkey, Marmoush, Nico Gonzalez, Nico O'Reilly, like these kind of players. Aït-Nouri.
I'm just saying. Imagine
that would build their foundation, and it would give them confidence.
Imagine it is Madrid away, right? I'm playing the black kit, right? And you've got Haaland, Marmoush, Semenyo, and you've got Cherki on the pitch, all like balling out and scoring. Again, that's what I want to see at some point. All of us in a really cool, aesthetically pleasing kit in a cold midweek night, just skilling players. Our players like Cherki and Savinho and Doku and that are so pleasing. Like Foden, when they're all on the ball, balling out, it's actually beautiful to watch. It's generally
like it's beautiful.
That West Ham game I went to, right? When I got to see Cherki play. It was I was mesmerized. I was so mesmerized, and obviously I'm going hopefully again at some point as well to see a couple more games. But I'm just so pleased with how we're doing, and I'm just like I'm not so stressed about where we're going to be because I think this team will win something this year. I think they will win something this year. What will it be? Who knows? Could be a league, could be UCL. I mean, the UCL is a weird one because again we can win that, but it's up to how we've learned from If we get Bodo Glimt again, right, and we go and beat them and put them to the sword, I know it's Bodo Glimt, but it's still a big result to get through. It shows a bit of character growth because we've actually thought, what we've learned. I think for me, it's just if we show that quality and show that resilience, then we have every chance of going on to win it. It's just for me, it's like, can we improve the goal output? If Marmoush's not banging the goals in consistently. Oh my god! Imagine Marmoush, Semenyo, and Haaland all ban goals in constantly, like 6-7. Like that's how good that could be. Is they're all flowing. But by the way, right, Nico O'Reilly, by the way, is under the radar. What a player he is, by the way. Like from left back to midfield and getting goals in big games at his age.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love how one of the narratives is like, "We'll have him do it at the Bernabeu," and it's like, man of the match.
He did it. Oh no, he scored.
That argument got shut down real fast. Actually, you know what debate ended in record time? When somebody tried to compare Nico O'Reilly and Miles Lewis Skelly. That was the shortest debate of all time.
O'Reilly scored it at Bernabeu. Like his goal got 1-1, didn't he, in the game? For Haaland got the penalty. So
and then Haaland, again, a clutch penalty.
And he kept Rodrigo. Rodrigo scored his goal, but apart from that, he did nothing that game because they struggled after that. Because Vinny, Rodrigo, they couldn't do against them because he just kept them quiet, and that's why I'm so like. Honestly, do I want to see at some point, no, Calx? I want to see O'Reilly against Jamal. That would be would be the battle to the death.
I think the thing is, I think Nico is going to be in the midfield now. I don't think you'll get to see him versus Jamal.
Aït-Nouri, though, I'm going to say he's not actually that bad himself either. I think he's getting better himself. Like I think defensively he's not.
Oh yeah. Dude, remember? Like I thought he was very good defensively against Newcastle. Like the moment that stands out for me is late in the game. Elanga, I think we had made a mistake, and Elanga was breaking on us, and Aït-Nouri tracked back and he deked the ball away from him.
Yeah.
I think it was a corner, but I was like, whatever, man. You just literally, I think he was about to shoot and he just kicked it out of play. And I'm like, that was very impressive.
Well, we've got a very exciting team. I think what it is, I think people are too worried about like rival fans bantering and that. Look, at the end of the day, right, no matter what we do, Kels, people hate us anyway. Ignore them. At the end of the day, right? Agendas, that kind of stuff, all that. It's no point. Like, just we all know that this team can get better and better, and it will do. But I'm just enjoying the ride. Like, I know, because I think previous years we were that team, and we've proven it, and we had to keep backing up. But this is a new era. It's the Viana era. Pep, it's a new style. We've got to give these players and the manager time, because again, if you're going to sit there saying everyone has to go if we lose a certain game, like, what's football? Like, I'm sorry, right? People need to realize this. At some point in the season, we'll lose a game. I'll say this now: if we lose a game, I'll do a 48-hour stream.
48 hours? No way.
All right. If we win every game for the rest of the season, 48-hour stream. Clip it, because it ain't gonna happen.
24-hour stream or 48 hours? I'll join you for part of that.
Yeah, me.
I'll join you in between. I'll join you in between.
Is me in Budapest when you shit for every game? When you realise you won it all, but actually, oh god.
And then you're like, oh, I have to own a bet. I gotta pay the Pied Piper.
I wouldn't care though. I wouldn't care. I'd do it, because I was, you know what? Fair enough. But
we'll give you a chance to take it. If it's 48 hours, I'll fill in for a couple of hours to give you a nap.
So yeah. Well, look, that's the thing. That's the beauty. If it happens, then it means that something incredible's happened. So I'm all for it. But again,
we're ready to sacrifice our. Martin is on Tariq's. I sent him the link. He said he'd come in 15 minutes, so maybe he's on Tariq. I didn't realize Tariq was. Oh, it is Tuesday. That's right.
Yeah, Tariq's Tuesday. On. Yeah, and to be fair,
oh, that's right. Well, we're whatever.
Big up Tariq anyway. Yeah,
yeah, big up. That's a fun. I haven't been on that panel in a while. I keep meaning to, but I just having issues.
I've been like busy. I'll just sleep. So I've been sort of like been busy, but I'll try and go next week. If I
I'll try next week also. I don't remember. I don't know. Like I said, I just haven't. I feel like I haven't done a stream on here that hasn't been like either a watch along, a preview, or review or something. I just wanted to let loose and have a little stream.
Yeah. And to be fair, these streams are good because it gives you a chance to sort of relax and chill. And that's what we're doing on my channel. Sometimes we sort of chill for about 2 or 3 hours and have a chat, don't we? So
I thought you were live, but I wasn't at home, so
it's fine.
I watched the replay of it, but I would have jumped on, but I just to
be fair, right? I did 2 hours and I thought, you know what, 2 hours is enough. I'm done.
I'm at about 2 hours right here.
The thing is, right,
but you've helped quite a bit with that because you've been on for almost an hour of it, so that's helped quite a bit. Martin says he's coming on soon, but I totally understand if it's too late for you have to jump at any time.
When Mark comes on, I'll have a chat with bed, then I'll probably go because I need to go to bed anyway. But I thought I wanted to sort of come on, have a chat, and keep company because obviously.
It's good. It's a good. It's good. The chat was helping me drive a lot of the discussion. The chat's been great, so big up the chat.
Well, Julia is right. I think at the end of the day, right, we're excited about this team and where it can go. I think the thing is because we've had 2 weeks off pretty much. We're not used to having no games in the week. But it's not. It's nice though.
It is nice
because we know from Saturday we're back to it again.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be stressful again. Leeds, Forest,
Newcastle, I gotta Champions League. Let me see when that starts.
Friday.
The draw is on Friday. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the round of 16 literally starts
this week.
27 March. Wait, when is that? 27.
The week after. The week after, I think, as well. So, I think.
Oh wait, did I say 27 March? Am I? No, this is February 27 to March 19.
Right.
You know what they probably mean? They probably mean the draw is on the
it's
27.
Leeds, Forest, Newcastle in the cup, then UCL first leg. Then it's probably going to be West Ham away. Then UCL second leg.
Okay, so the semifinals of the Champions League May 7th. Oh shit! I am just dying for the Premier League to confirm when the May fixtures are going to be.
That's the thing, though.
I need to determine if I'm coming back to Manchester this season or not.
And also that Palace game, when's it going to get done? Because it's a game that we've got to play. And the thing is, like, I need to know when it's going to be played because we're still a game behind. I hate having a game we've got to play. I want to play it and get it done so I get the 3 points and right. Now we're level again because right now it's like we know that we're kind of owed 3 points potentially, but we don't know where that's going to be yet. I hate that.
I would expect us to win that game because I think we took the heart and soul of their team in January and Mark Gahey. And the game's at the Etihad. It's a must win. I think Glasner is kind of checked out.
Yeah.
And we already beat them. We beat their full team when they were still kind of mentally engaged. We beat them 3-0.
Right.
Yeah, and that was a game. Tijani Rangers was very impressive in that game.
That
was a very good Tijani game. Because again, he was playing behind Holland.
That Shirky run and Foden goal.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Savinho too as well. Savinho did win a penalty or something?
Yeah.
He did something big to get us that third goal. And when he came on in the game, he was a great outlet. So everyone's slagging him off. You need to check your
Nunes cross for Haaland. Nunes, man.
Oh, that was beautiful.
This is what I mean.
That was absolutely beautiful from Nunes.
Kels, we've got a team that can win everything. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we've got a team that can do it. As long as injuries aren't a problem. The positives are everyone's back now, pretty much. Apart from is it
Vardiol? It's Vardiol right now.
I think Doku's
and Nathan Ake is still injured.
I think Doku's back, so I think Ake is almost back. So I think also is it Cover as well back to as well? And to be fair, Cover's going to be quite important for experience at the bench. So I will need him for like. Cover's the kind of player that you kind of want for off the bench for a bit of experience, maybe. And this is the thing. Like, this is last season anyway, and I like Cover. I think he's been a good player for us. I feel sorry for him because he's been kind of shafted sometimes by like other players not being around him. I was up and playing DM because of injury and that, but. As a player, as a squad player, he's been great. For how much, and he helps win the league in his first year. Obviously, and I think he's just that kind of player that can score big goals as well in a game. So, I think it's going to be a lot of change this summer as well. A lot of players are going to leave the door. I think it's just how the club react. One player's league, I think, and I want to see where we are going into after the World Cup as well. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, and I think most of our squad is going to go to the World Cup, and you would expect at least a couple of them to make a deep run.
Italy, I'm begging you, don't go to the World Cup. Just so we can
I don't care about England, but two, I secretly hope Foden doesn't get selected. I just want him to be fresh for us and have the summer off. I know everyone's going to rip on him and be like, "Oh, you're shit. You didn't make the World Cup." Blah blah blah. But I'm just like. Selfishly, I want him to play for Manchester City. I don't. All the English media do is slag him off and they blamed him for losing the Euros and all this crap. And I'm just like, you don't deserve him. So don't take him. And I hope you fail. Well, I'm also not English, so I can say that.
Look at Leroy Sané, Kels. Like you got young player of the year in the Premier League. Then literally the German manager, I can't remember, is it Joachim Löw? Didn't even pick him, did he, for the World Cup squad? It's like, wait. So you know what I mean?
But then they won the World Cup. So.
Well, no, it didn't.
I don't know if England are going to win the World Cup, though. I don't have very.
I'm going to be real with you, right? I'm doing the World Cup preview after season ends, and I'll get you on and people on. We'll chat. I'll get Spartacus.
Oh yeah, I'll get Spartacus on for Brazil updates and stuff. Yeah,
and we're gonna properly, because for me, right, I'm gonna be real about everyone. I think for me as an England fan, because I am, like, I've got to back it. We've got a chance. We do. Like, our squad's pretty good. Like, it's not. I'm not going to sit and be arrogant. I think we can do it. It's just that we got to do it. Like, it's all good saying this stuff. I'm not going to say it's coming. Look, the songs are funny and they're great to play on the radio. I'll actually win a game, but it ain't serious for me.
Football's coming home.
That's what I do.
Home.
That's what I do.
Coming home.
We won a game 1-0. Shit, but we won 1-0. Why don't we? Yeah, it's like, for me, it's just the World Cup's just a festival football. I can drink beer, have food, and watch football all day.
Oh yeah, I will be watching games. I have tickets to one game, assuming they're not fake. I bought tickets for one of the USA games. I'm planning to go to a second game. The Switzerland play in the San Francisco the stadium that I said we should burn down. The Switzerland play there, and I have Swiss background, so I would like to go watch the Swiss team play. They're playing Qatar. I'm just waiting. I'm hoping that. See, right now the tickets are very expensive, and so I'm hoping that the demand is just going to be crap, and they'll drop the prices. And then if that's the case, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna go to that Switzerland game. I'm gonna try to go to a second USA game, but I'm not sure. I gotta pester my
Kel,
friend.
you know what's mad though, right? The World Cup's in just under 4 months, right? And I don't care because the season's still going. I don't care about the World Cup yet. We're not even,
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm so focused on City right now.
Until mid-May.
Also, there was some geopolitical stuff going on. Mexico might be having some issues, so
and
that's kind of convenient.
How can Haiti be at the World Cup? I can't even believe.
Well, that's the thing is they added more teams, so I think it's kind of like the Champions League. I think they watered it down by putting too many teams in.
I don't mind it being a big competition. It's good because it's a World Cup. But the thing is, like, when you've got a president the way he is, so erratic in the way he is, like, it's like, yeah, that's not. Look, I'm not doing political talk on air. I'm just going off what I'm seeing regarding like. Certain people can't go to the country because of the World Cup, which I think it's mental. It's a World Cup. Like, you can just hire the security if you need to, but like, come on, man. Like Haiti have never been to World Cup before, have they? Ever in their life. And the fact they can't even go watch.
So, no.
And they can't even go and watch the team because of the.
And Jordan's coming. They're going to be in the World Cup for the first time. But the thing is like every country in the world already has population here. There's a ton of Haitians in the country. There's probably a ton of Jordanians, like Egyptians, like. We have a lot of immigrants from all over the world, so those fans will show up.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
It's just the casuals, because like for me, I'm trying to go to a spectacle, just like to be like, I want to go to a World Cup game, and
well,
I hope no one goes to that game, so the tickets will drop. I am paying $600 to go see that game.
Obviously, the Euros will be in England, obviously in 2 years' time. The Euros, which I'm very excited for. Obviously, I can actually go and watch England play in a European Championship.
Oh yeah,
that'll be fun. So I'll watching.
And then the next World Cup is Portugal, Spain, Morocco.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to get England. Is it like 2038 something there? Which I hope they do because I like to see another England World Cup at some point. Because I mean, it'd be quite cool to have all the grounds built up. Like Birmingham City's ground gets built up as well.
Oh, Villa Park, yeah.
Like Wrexham's ground as well probably gets built up as well, so it gets bigger. It'd be nice to have a nice like UK full of good stadiums where you can sort of get the World Cup there, so that'll be good.
I would think the new Everton Stadium would probably be in contention.
So that's what I mean.
That's like brand new. Spurs Stadium, obviously Wembley, obviously Old Trafford, depending on where.
I've got a theory, Coach, that these grounds are being built for the World Cup.
Probably.
I think the Euros is like the testing ground to see how the Euros goes. Then the World Cup will probably get given to us probably in a few years time, probably.
Oh God.
So
imagine the jokes on it. They'll be like, "Oh, the only time the Etihad gets filled up." Blah, blah,
blah. Fuck off.
Well, I heard that clip on the overlap. That girl was spot on with her comments saying that they don't want fans. They just want tourists.
They don't. Look, this is the thing, right? People have a go at someone like me or you, right? Oh, we're not from Manchester. Well, we can. I would rather, right, a club prioritise the fans that go week in, week out, that have been watching this club for years. Because at the end of the day, right, we wouldn't be here without that fan base anyway, saving the club all them years ago. We'll still be back in the team, but don't screw over the ones that go home and away. Without them fans, you are nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you've got, how big your players are. Those players need the fans in that ground, home and away. Because we'll tell you right now, if we are fully backed every game, by a good crowds and good home and away fans, we'll have every chance of winning it all. But without that, you're nothing. I think the club have got it wrong in that regard. Like, I'm not against the club being a tourist attraction, having a new hotel. I think that's great, but you don't screw over the fans though. Like, I think what it should have done right was they should have make the blue wall and the south stand, make them the main stands where all the fans go. Yeah. And the sides can be whatever. Like maybe the top tier can be like the the tourists, and then the lower tier can be obviously the more fans. But you keep the season ticket holders north stand and south stand. Because I mean, the south stand, I've been
behind the net because you want to see like crazy reaction after a goal. If it's corporate and it's halftime, and let's say you score like 5 minutes into the second half, and it's a bunch of corporate seats, there's no one going to be there to cheer. You know how stupid that's going to look on TV.
Honestly, I love it. Being in the south stand's goal. It's like it's like and you get someone giving you a hug and that. It's like that's what football's about. So we've really got to. I think the club have really got to like just get your head out of your ass and listen to the fans. Like, we're not saying like don't do this, like, you can't have all this food stuff. No, I'm all for the hotel and that. It's great you're doing that, but don't screw the fans over in the process. Like, you like, two things can be right: the fans get treated well, looked after, rewarded. For me, there should be a lot of the fans that have been going for years and years and years should be given a free home shirt every year. I'm sorry, like, you can afford it.
What up, streets?
But like, you know what I mean? Like, every fan as a season ticket holder should be given a free home shirt of their choice. Like, that's something you can afford to do very easily.
And or something, or a medal or a pin or something. Like, I mean,
that
the pins are more of an American thing, but like pins on your hat and stuff. That's like, more of an American thing, though.
Let's say you support City for like 50 odd years and been going 50 years, right? You get all free shirts for free because you are the support, and that sounds crazy, but they sell off shirts it is every year anyway. So what's the difference of giving a few fans free shirts with what we want to do of it? Like, that rewards loyalty, and that's what I've been saying for years. Because someone like myself, right, and then because again, like, let's say in future I move up north, right, and I get a chance to go to City home and away, right, and I can go and build my years of watching the team, and then my kids can do that, and then my kids can sort of take on my years, and that's what I want. I want them to have my family for years to come, have that loyalty and respect. Exactly. That, like, and I feel like the club lost that, and it's like, the thing is, post treble season, like, for me, treble year before, it was great. Like, the atmosphere was incredible. Like, and Newcastle was amazing. Like,
I did hear that. It was a very good atmosphere. I watched the game on mute because I'm doing the watch along, so I don't necessarily hear.
But it's got to be. You can't forget the fans. You just can't. And I'm going to leave in a bit because I've got to go to bed in a bit. But I'll say one last thing. Right, those players need us this season. They need us. Like, that Anfield game for me is probably the biggest like switch up for the season's, because if we had lost that game, I think it's done.
Yeah, mentally we would have been completely done.
But look at us since that game. Look at how Salford was crap, but we won the game. Granted, but we won the game. These players want to win stuff. They're all hungry. Training sessions, you can see that the hunger in Turkey's eye phones, like, that they want it. This team's going to batter someone 5-6-0 soon. Like, the amount of goals.
We need the goal difference.
It will be Arsenal in the cup final.
Oh God, no! We need it in the Premier League. We need it for the goal difference in the Premier League.
Man City 6 Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final. I'm all for it though. A bit of banter on against Gal and that. I'm all for it.
Oh God, yeah. I know. I was supposed to go on a show yesterday, but I was away, so I missed it.
No, but like, I tell you, right, if we win it all this year, right, I'll Judge Mo's show of all the fucking Arsenal glaze. You can say,
God, yeah.
Look at that, just like
the Arsenal fans in his chat hate me. They just hate me.
Good.
I don't care. Good. They're probably a bunch of teenagers, so I don't really care. But
yeah,
and they don't want to hear any critique on their team. They just want the butt kissing, and I'm just like, sorry, mate. I don't rate some of your players. I still give you credit when I think they're good, but we were having a debate about Declan Rice and the Ballon d'Or, and I was like, no chance in hell.
Right.
I was like, then the debate was like, well, what if this wasn't a World Cup year? Would you give it to him? And I said, no, because look at what Harry Kane's doing. And I forgot to make the point on the show. I thought of it afterwards, but they favor the attacking players. They don't favor the defensive players.
There's 3 players for the Ballon d'Or right now: Kane, Mbappe, Haaland. Mbappe probably win this year. Let's be real. It's Kane and Haaland right now.
I don't know. I think France could have those 3 have the highest potential.
Look,
there he is.
Lamine Yamal winning
there
it.
He is.
Martin.
Sorry, I forgot Tariq was live. I was just on that.
No, that's fair. No, someone in the chat let us know. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome, Martin. We're just talking City, man. We're both feeling pretty good about how the season's going, and we're excited. We're excited to see what comes. We love the players, how they're developing, and we're just having some good vibes here right now.
I won't tell you the news that it might drag your vibes down.
Oh no,
I don't care. I mean, I think I know what you're talking about, but whatever. That is what it is.
No, I'm excited with it all. I'm excited with it all at the moment. Looking forward to the end of the season. 11 cup finals, cup final, one actual cup final, 11 league cup finals,
UCL
Champions League. See who we got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I'm convinced we're getting Bodo Glint. I'm like, fuck.
I've just said that. Well, I prefer Bodo Glint. I think we'll do them. We've already played them. We've figured them out.
Yeah, I think we'll have learned some lessons, and also we have a lot better players now because Mark Gahey can play. Diaz is back. Like that's a much better back line than we had last time.
Don't mention Diaz, please. Don't mention Diaz, Jesus.
Oh, I don't get that agenda anymore.
I know that's become a debate. Again,
I don't get it.
The way I look at it is, as you always say, Martin, there are different keys for different locks. Sometimes it will be Kusanov, but I think the majority of the time it will be Diaz, who's the right.
I think. Listen, thankfully I'm taking a week off next week, which I'm going to enjoy while I have me up. So that'll be fun. But no, I'm just. I'm just sort of done with all these silly debates now. I'm just going to back all the players, no matter what they are.
We're not bringing up Donnarumma, don't worry.
No, I think people are just trying to prove themselves right and wrong at the minute. It's everyone's opinion. It's fine. Mm-hmm. I just don't believe in bigging up a player by dragging another player down. It's not something I believe in. It's not something I'll go back. People have the meltdowns if Bernardo extends, and I get it, but Pep wants it. The club want it. Bernardo probably wants it. Rodri wants to leave. Let him leave. It is what it is. I'm past it all now.
Yeah, we had a discussion on Rodri, and if he wants,
I've seen people melt down on Gibbs White and whatever. At the end of the day, just it's what the club want.
Honestly, we wouldn't. I don't think we would sign Gibbs White if we kept Bernardo because he wouldn't play. What's the point of signing him?
I think people have forgotten as well, right? They've forgotten that not every player seats their 35. Like, I'm sorry, Rodri has every right to do what he wants.
If he wants to go back to Spain, we should let him.
I love him. I love him.
My question is, I just don't think anyone's going to pay any money for him this summer.
No, they will. So that's the last night. They'll pay for the same way we paid for Gay. They'll do it to get front of the line. Rather than getting him
I do question that though. I think the only one likely to is Atleti. Real Madrid don't do it.
Real Madrid want him this summer. They want him this summer. 100%.
Then they're gonna have to pay. I think that.
But whether they pay the fee, I don't know. But that's what
the problem I have with that is he fixes so many of their issues, and I think that would come back to bite us.
There's nothing you can do if you can't stop a player going somewhere. If he's out, he's got a year left. There's nothing you can do.
If he wants to go, he wants to go. Like I don't want a player sat here for a year to one down contract. Like if he wants to go, get money from him and get him gone. I don't care how good the player is. We can't be having players in the club that are stuck here because we can't let them go because out of like. Again,
just don't be surprised if he knocks us out in the Champions League next year. That's all.
Well, it happens. Honestly,
but fine, it happens. What do you do? Keep an unhappy player? You're going to hog time to the chair and not move him.
I mean,
we've done that for how many years? Bernardo Silva. How many years did he want to leave? And we kept him.
Yeah, but we say that because people weren't willing to buy Bernardo.
Yeah, they weren't willing to pay any money for him because nobody.
But they're going to pay. But they're going to. Well, they did want him. They just didn't want to pay the money. We were asking for 80 million quid at the time. Barcelona didn't have 80 million quid.
80 million quid?
Trust me.
He was never worth 80 million quid.
It was one of the worst.
Like 2021, something like that.
In the treble season, he was one of the best midfielders in the whole league. Come on.
From the wing? When he played on the wing, he was the best midfielder from the wing? I'm just going to disagree with that. I think he's been declining ever since that season.
Was you saying that when he was sticking the ball in Union bag against Real Madrid?
Well, that was one game in the season.
Come
on. My God. Stop that, Cal. Come on. I know you've got the agenda with him, but my God.
That for me was his last good season.
I think he's been phenomenal this season. I think he's been excellent. I think he's been good since
I think at the beginning of the season. I don't think
without Bernardo Silva, we're not in this title.
2026. I agree with you.
Well, Anfield, anyone won? It's 1-0 loss.
Well, that's in 2026.
I
said since the calendar turned. I think you know what it is. It's Nico O'Reilly being in the midfield. I kept saying you needed a physical midfielder in there. I got the wrong Nico, but I was right. It was a Nico.
No, at the end of the day, I think Bernardo for me deserves his extension. People may disagree, but I think he's earned it. Him and Pep go out together.
EH immediately disagrees.
But it doesn't matter what EH thinks.
Not for me. That's not.
No, but it don't. See, this here thing. It doesn't matter what fans think anymore. It's what the club thinks.
That's not what I think. I just said my opinion.
I think if this costs us an Elliot Anderson, it's a mistake because Elliot Anderson is a player we need, and we need him like long term. If it costs us a long term player, then it is a mistake.
But why would it cost us Elliot Anderson if Rodri goes?
Martin, if Rodri doesn't go, what if nobody pays the money for him?
Just to confirm, just confirm, Martin.
Again, I'm not convinced that some of these teams. Real Madrid just generally don't pay money. They waited for Mbappe to be.
But Cal City, you've got to pay the money as well. He says we're going to pay the money. Forest one.
Well, hopefully they get relegated and the price goes down. And maybe a cheeky Gibbs White as well if they get relegated. Let's get some.
So what you're saying is City have to pay whatever we get told. And we have to sell all our players cheap.
Well, we're not selling anyone anymore. We're letting everybody go on a free.
Yeah, because no one will let anyone go.
You can't go.
Let it go. Let it go.
I was that's like 40 years old. You can go now.
The CFA money bank has kind of dried up, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, maybe some of these players, start racking up some cash for the CFA.
At the end of the day, Pep Guardiola's here for another 18 months. Pep Guardiola's here to win trophies. We're not here to babysit or run a crash.
No.
Oh, here's a question for you then. Where's Phil Foden going to play if Bernardo stays? Because Bernardo will start. Is Phil Foden going to get a $300K extension a week to sit on the bench?
Well, they'll rotate.
That's kind of what. Now they'll rotate. Okay, but we can't rotate other players. Okay.
But Phil Foden's played the fourth most minutes this season out of any City player.
Not recently, he hasn't.
But he has. I checked it on my lab.
No. We'll see how that goes the rest of the season.
Well, that's fine. But at the end of the day, the club don't give players contracts because they don't want to use them.
Well, I'm advocating to use Phil Foden. I want to see him play. I want to see him play right now.
But it's different keys for different locks.
Yeah.
That applies to some players and not others.
Like who? You've lost me.
Guys, I already know who's not getting benched. Bernardo's not getting benched. Rodri's not getting benched. Why is Phil Foden being benched?
Because he's in an area that's ultimate competitive. And he's got 3 or 4 players competing.
I think we could use the fresher legs. I want to see him play. I don't want to see him on the bench. I'm backing Phil Foden. I like Phil Foden.
No, that's fine. But at the end of the day,
he can't for the bench, though.
Don't have a 28-man squad when there's only 11 spots, though.
Oh, it's only 28 because certain players wouldn't leave. But the reality is,
it's very confusing. See, everyone wants new players, and you want the big squad, but then you want to rotate, then you don't. Then I'm a bit lost.
No, I want to move players on. That's what I want to do.
You only do that if they want to move on.
Well, again, that's my stand. I'm here for the rebuild, and for me, the rebuild is players who will be here.
But the rebuild's virtually done. This rebuild's not going to get any bigger. You're going to get two, maybe 3 players in the summer, and that's it. Rebuild.
And so now I want to see them play. I don't want to see them on the bench. I want to see them play.
I don't want to play a bunch of 21-year-olds. I'm sorry, we're not Chelsea. If I wanted to buy a squad of 21-year-olds, I'll go and support Chelsea and win now. And fight for 5th and 6th.
All our players aren't 21. The players who are going to be here long term are not all 21.
Well, I was Cherka.
22. And I think Turkey has demonstrated he should be in our starting 11. Husanov is 21. Omar Marmoush is 26. Tijani Reinders is 27. Mateus Nunes is 27. Erling Haaland is 25. Phil Foden is 25.
No, you said new players.
28.
Hang on. Whoa. You said new players.
Yeah, Tijani
Haaland and
Reinders.
that aren't new players.
Tijani Reinders is a new player. He's 27. Omar Marmoush, I still think is fairly new. He's 26. Nico Gonzalez is 20. I get Nico G's a backup. I get that, but again, you could be rotating him a bit more. You could freshen up that midfield at the 60th, 70th minute, play him 20 minutes a game, something like that. He's 24. Nori's 24. Oh, he's already playing. Never mind. Bad example there. But yeah, I mean, I think we're bringing in a lot of these players. So I want to see the players who are here long term to be playing more. That's all. Because I'm here for the rebuild.
But you don't buy players. The trouble is, City won't win now. They're buying these players for some of them to develop.
Well, would you say that a lot of would you say Husanov deserves to be on the bench right now? Do you think he's 21, but he's been playing very well? Does he deserve to be benched?
I mean, is he in my strongest centre back pairing? No, he's not.
Okay. I personally think he's shown levels, and he's shown his ability. And
I've just said this to Tariq. Ruben Diaz knocks him out of the park in every single stat defense-wise.
Oh, then how come he got hooked?
Because he made that silly yellow. Because he got that silly yellow.
I know, but I think there are games. I think there are some games you play Husanov, and most.
But that's what you do. But this is what you're doing.
Diaz,
you're doing the reaction thing. You're going, he got hooked, so that's it. End of Diaz cushion off moving forward.
Just in certain matchups. I think
that's reacting to a bad moment in a game. If you have a bad moment at words, you get sacked.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a moment. I saw continuously them hammering us on the transition, and as soon as we put pace in the back, if you're gonna play a high line in certain matchups, not all matchups, certain matchups like Newcastle, for example.
Okay, who do you think is the better defender? Take the pace out. Who's the better defender, Kushinoff or Diaz, in your opinion?
Right now, it's Diaz. Right now.
Right. So who should start?
And I think in most games it should be Diaz, but in certain matchups it's probably better to play Husanov. If you know you're
that's like saying Victor Hayes is having a great time at Girona. We should play him instead of Matt Gay or Gabardio.
I would say 85 to 90% of the games you start Diaz, and 5 to 10% games you start Husanov.
Yeah, that's fine. See, I wouldn't even do that. I'd do it 60, 40, 70, 30, something like that. I've no problem with Kushinoff playing. Okay. I'm no problem with Kushinoff playing.
Yeah.
I'm no problem with Kushinoff playing. But where I bite back is this: Kushinoff's a better defender than Diaz. In no stat is he better than Diaz. No stat anywhere. And then people will tell me, well, it's the eye test.
Player to play. There are certain matchups.
I think there's starting as for some reason every season we have to pick certain players to jump agendas on, and it seems to be the players because we've bought so many new players. People are falling in love with all these new players straight away. I said it yesterday. This Echeverri nonsense that's going around. That Echeverri is this great thing. Yeah. Echeverri doesn't start for Girona.
I don't think Echeverri is going to make it at City. I really don't.
I don't. I just think it's a little bit of new toy syndrome. I keep saying it. I think people are falling in love with the new toys and they all like a new signing, but we're disrespecting some of our great players out the door by doing it.
Well,
it's like we're bored of
players do. Diaz has had a lot of injuries, so that has kind of zapped his. He didn't have a lot of pace to begin with, and so you're kind of seeing that in some games he's struggling with pace, and that happens. But luckily we have Husanov to come in, and he can be a substitute if he needs to. Again, like
but for me, defending's not pace. Yeah, defending's not pace. I think people are really misconstruing this pace thing as defending.
Well, we've just been subjected to counterattacks.
The problem is, Cal, you can't teach pace in training.
No, I know that.
That's not in any coaching manual.
We always played a high line, but we always had Kyle Walker to kind of bail us out when moments happened. He started every game.
But no, I agree. I'm just saying though, but we can't just play somebody just because they're quick. Just said it on Tariq. Go and get Usain Bolt then.
I think in certain matchups you might have to. Like, again, it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but if they have two very direct pacey wingers, I think you kind of have to fight fire with fire. Otherwise, he just gets if Diaz gets left behind, he can't be a better defender if he can't chase the guy down.
See, my issue with Kushnerov has never been his pace. It's what does he do when he gets to the man?
That's actually a good point. Would you say he's improved on that, or how
yeah, I think he's improved. Yeah, I still think he's slightly a little bit wild, because here's the thing that I find a little bit ironic. I know for a fact Kushnerov is learning off Diaz in training.
That's good. That's a good thing then. If he's passing his knowledge,
people are doing. But people are saying get Diaz out. Well, if it wasn't for Diaz, Kushnerov wouldn't be improving. Diaz has took Kushnerov under his wing to teach him what Diaz knows.
That's good. No, that's what we need.
That's the part. I'm a little bit annoyed at the new toy syndrome, and I know it's going to happen. And so like someone said to me then in the other stream, that's football fans today, and I get it, but
yeah, we are kind of like that.
I find it sad. I find it's lazy. It's lazy analysis. It's lazy looking at things. And maybe it's the coaching, man, because I used to be a coach for so many years. That is true. Maybe I'm sat there going, this isn't how you teach football. You don't teach football on speed.
Wait, talk for a quick second. I got to go on mute for just a second.
But for an example, by the way, Savio is one of the quickest players on the wing we've got, but he's not great with the ball. So what we're saying is he can run down the wing quick, but doesn't know what he's doing with it when he gets there. I just think we've got to do better in thinking and looking at stuff. And we can't do this slag one, big up another player by slagging another player off. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
Well,
maybe I'm
fair,
just like maybe I'm too old.
Misinterpret it too. No, but I think sometimes people misinterpret it. If you just big up a player, some people just automatically think you're denigrating the other player when that's not always the case. Like
I don't know.
You might say like, I want to start this guy, but that doesn't mean you think the other guy's shit. It's just maybe you want a different attribute.
No, but I think people are doing that with Diaz. People are ripping Diaz apart, and I think Diaz has actually had a very, very good season. I think he's improved massively on last season.
He had been improving quite a bit. But yeah, post injury, I think he's still kind of finding his form a little bit. Oh, Cade's in the building.
See, the difference is with me, and like I said, maybe it's me, is I look at the players that I feel are being disrespected are players that have won us trebles, quads, the lot. They've won us everything. And we're talking about them like they're just a used piece of trash and we're getting them out the door. And I just don't like it. I don't like it. We've done it with Doku and Grealish. We're doing it with Donnarumma and Trafford. We're doing it with Cherky and Foden. We're doing it with Diaz and Kushnerov now. And it just and the thing is, it doesn't matter what any fan does. Pep Guardiola will choose the team. He will choose what's best.
Yeah, we know that, but we can still have discussion. Oh, big up Luke. I think Luke just left for the night, but thank you for joining, Luke. We appreciate it. Kate says, I hope City don't get Morgan Gibbs-White. Anderson or Gibbs-White, just one, not just one or the other. Okay. I mean, I think Elliot Anderson is the more likely, but I think Morgan Gibbs-White would suit this new style.
I think Bernardo would need to go. I think Bernardo would need to go, but I think from what I'm hearing, I don't think Bernardo's going to go anywhere.
Well, so that could potentially cost us a player. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Let's see if City looking at MGW and Anderson means Bernardo is gone. I don't know.
I mean, listen, we've offered the contract. We've spoken to his reps. We'll see what then gets said moving forward. The Rodri one is the one that concerns me because I want him to stay.
I think he's going to go. The
problem is they've offered the contract twice. We're not getting anywhere closer to resolutions. I personally think he just wants to go home. I think he just wants to go home to Spain.
Yeah. And
He's 28, 29, or 29.
He'll be 30.
He's young enough.
Soon.
He's still young enough to go and have 3-4 years. Because you've got to remember, this could be his last chance to play for a Madrid, a Barcelona, wherever he wants. People forget his best mate's at Madrid, by the way.
His best mate is leaving Madrid at the end of the season, though.
Well, he's not.
I don't think he's being offered a new contract. He's had way too many injuries. He blew his knee up, and he's had more injuries all season. I've heard he's leaving at the end of the season. His best mate. I don't think Carvajal is going to extend, but that's just what I've heard. Okay, Kate. Oh, we already said that. Kate says he said her DAP said Bernardo stays and Rodrigo's. I didn't hear that. No, it's okay, Luke. Thanks for jumping on. We appreciate it. I love talking to you. So thanks for coming on. Now Martin gets to hear me ramble. Foden's best mate is Hamza. Oh no, Hamza's favorite player. Yeah, his best mate is Morgan Gibbs White. Wasn't that kind of a rumor last season that Foden was kind of trying to bring Gibbs White in? You know.
Pep likes him.
Yeah, I think he would have been very. I think if he had come to City, I think he would have done very well. And how we're
Foden gets no say. Foden gets no say in anything. That
Agent Foden.
Yeah. I know that's again that's a fan thing that fans love. Fans love to Agent David Silva. We always love to do that sort of narrative. Get it? Maybe it's me. I just think this isn't. I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't the time, and this isn't a you or anyone. This is just my opinion. This is not the time to start doing player debates. Nah. We're 11 cup finals away from potentially winning a league. And all we're doing is he should play. For me, I don't care if he chooses a kid. He's going to get my backing right now because we need to be together. On Saturday, that stadium was the best it's ever been all season. Right now is not the time. This is not the time to start A, B, or C, or D. This is about being together and backing every single player. And I'm sorry if that's happy clappy, but we're trying to win it. We're trying to win a fucking title here, guys, boys and girls.
Okay, Cade says if Gibb White comes in, Bernardo replace him. That means Foden back to pushing forward where he succeeded. If Rodri leaves, Nico G. Anderson pivot is good enough to win trophies.
That's someone I worry about.
It would be Nico O'Reilly. I think Nico O'Reilly has jumped. That is going to be the great debate this summer, which we'll have. We don't necessarily need to do it right now, but we'll just segue this into a Nico O'Reilly glazing session because who saw that coming? Nico O'Reilly, I've already done it once on the stream. We'll just do it again because you can never have enough Nico O'Reilly. I mean, he's just been unbelievable since Pep made the tactical tweak to put a bigger body in the midfield, which is what I was crying for all season. I think it's working. And I'm so impressed that it's Nico O'Reilly, he's 20 years old. And I think I'm very impressed with him. I think he should be a shoo-in for young player of the season. He's crashing the box. He's scoring goals. He's being that physical presence that's taking pressure off of Rodri. He's kind of being legs for Rodri. And Rodri is looking a lot better. So I think this has just been an absolute genius move from Pep. And I love to see it, man. I'm happy for Nico O'Reilly. I think he's making our team better. And I love seeing.
I'm going to be honest, for me,
develop.
Again, this is just my opinion. Nico G, I fear for Nico G, not even because of Bernardo or an Anderson or anyone else. I think the emergence of Nico O'Reilly going into that role is kind of because if you only, I mean, think about it this way: Nico G's on the bench now, and he's not even coming on anymore because you've got Rodri. So when Rodri goes off, O'Reilly's dropping into that role. So Nico G could be sat there thinking, even my backup 6 spots gone. And I suppose,
I totally agree. Have you noticed I'm not so much anymore?
This is one of the problems. Is that a problem? I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing long term, but this is one of the issues I think Pep had with having a big squad because there's always somebody who's going to miss out. I mean, look at Tajani Reinders. He's just disappeared again. He
doesn't play anymore.
So, you know, and he's not stupid. He's got to remember, I think it's harder for someone like a Reinders who's 27
Yeah.
There's someone like a Nico G who's 23, 24, who can be like, oh, I'll hang around for a couple of years and see if things improve. Reinders can't lose a couple of years of his career like that, because his career's got what, 6-7 years max.
Yeah.
And that's the, I don't know.
Kate has another question. He says, what about Nico G, Anderson, Nico Riley, and Turkey Foden Cam? Turkey/Foden. Semenyo, Holland, and strikers.
I'd love to go back to Turkey Foden together.
I'm dying for that.
But
yeah.
I think the way he's moved the wingers inside, I think that's what's prevented that. And then I looked at the quotes from 18 months ago when Pep was talking about Foden long-term being deeper. And then I looked, and then when I saw the start of Foden's actually run the most kilometres out of anyone in the Premier League, nearly. Not just City, Premier League.
I am dying to hear you say that he ran his socks off, because you've never said that about Foden. You say no, but the one thing about Bernardo, you've never said that Foden.
Do you know what I see from the subs is what I saw on Saturday. So when Cherky and Foden both came on, they both made an impact. Cherky came on, was very good. Foden come on, and in 8 minutes was on it. That is he's like, I'm on it. So for me, I just think there's going to be times where they both play. There'll be times when one plays. There'll be other times where they both are sat on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, yeah. I think in reality, with the rest of the season, I don't think we'll see it very much.
I don't think, and by the way, Anderson's not coming in to play every single game. He'll want a high percentage of minutes, but he's not going to be promised every single game. He'll have to have
the big games.
Stints. Yeah, but then
games and then like the bigger Premier League game. Like he's not going to lose sleep about getting benched against a promoted team at home.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's like Matt Gay. Matt Gay's not coming to be sat on a bench.
Yeah, that's going to be a debate for next season for sure.
Josko Gavardio don't want to sit on a bench. Ruben Diaz at his age don't want to sit on no bench.
Also, Vardiel does not want to play as a left back.
Well, see, that irks me more than I'm not playing. If someone says I'm not playing, I kind of get that. When they start demanding to play where they want, that I think is going a bit too far.
I think though he's better as a center back though, and I think we're going to need him as a center back because of Donnarumma's.
I don't think I find this to be over exaggerated. I don't think Donnarumma is as bad with his feet as people are proclaiming.
Yeah, true. But I do think that if you want to build up from the back, Vardiel is by far our best option for that. I also just think Vardiel struggles defensively from a left back position. I just don't think he quite has the pace for it. I think Aït-Nouri has shown he's a much superior crosser. I know Vardiel scored a lot of goals as a left back, but Aït-Nouri, I think he holds the width better. That's just his position. He just holds the width a lot better.
Well, do you need a right back then? What's wrong with putting Kushinov to right back?
Yeah, in certain games you might want to go more defensive. Yeah, but I think Nunes is a player I've had to change my mind on. He's really the way he's like dramatically turned his career around at City, and I think because of hard work.
Don't rule out him getting a new contract, by the way.
Yeah, and at this point, I wouldn't have any issue with it because he's proven himself. He's worked very hard to become a better player in a new position. Like
well, it's like the Bernardo thing. I know you won't like this, but I'm going to say this. I think Bernardo and Pep go out together 2027 because the wording I got and someone's listening and they will know soon as someone is listening, they will get this when I say this because they probably have the exact same email. Bernardo Silva will not abandon Pep. That relationship.
That's weird. That's very weird.
Yeah, no, I know you think it's weird, but just certain managers and players that have a bond, and those two are very together. And Pep said it's his favourite player. It was his best signing. It was just everything. I just think the two of them will not together to a new club, but I think they'll both go out at the same time in 2027.
All right. From the Streets has a question. He says, Gibbs White, do you guys think he's that good?
Yes.
I like Gibbs White. I like him. I think he for what he is, he's very good. He's a very physical, tough, shithouse midfielder, a lot of high work rate. He's pacey. He's going to tackle. He's going to win duels. And I think sometimes you just need that on your team. And like, I think he would fit in on the way we're playing right now very well.
Football goes in spurts and phases, and I think we're in a phase where and I hate this. This is another term I hate. This techie baller stuff. I don't think that's
techie ballers.
I don't think that's an in thing right now. I think the in vogue thing is fighting, physicality, toughening it out.
So I would want us to get those profiles.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
It happened overnight. I think it happened overnight, and we got caught with our pants down last year, and even this season to a degree, because we've still struggled. Every team seems to have a physical midfield and a pacey winger or two, and they all play the same style. They all kind of play that direct football, and then the set pieces and all that stuff. And I think.
Can I ask you a question on the Bernardo?
We're trying to move on from like the tiki taka.
Can I ask you a question on the Bernardo?
But like we have to, I feel like we need to get more physical.
Right. If you think Rodri is going to leave, would you not want to keep Bernardo then for some form? He's losing Bernardo and Rodri in the same window. Too much experience going out the door.
I don't rate the experience as much as you guys do. I think the experience. I think we still have a lot of experience.
Then why aren't Chelsea winning the league then? If experience don't count.
Well, they don't have experience. Like we have multiple.
No, they hang on. Oh, no, they do. They do. They've just won 2 trophies.
Oh, well, okay. But I don't think, I think it pales in comparison to, because even, in imaginary world, Bernardo and Rodri both leave. Donnarumma is he's a treble winner, not with City. He's still here. Ruben Diaz is still here. He's a treble winner.
But a lot of people want Diaz dropped. Hang on. People want Diaz dropped.
But he's still on the team. He's still
Diaz ain't going to sit on our bench for a season and just twiddle his thumbs.
Nunes has won a Premier League. Joško Vardiol has won a Premier League. Phil Foden has won 6 Premier Leagues and been a part of all those teams. Erling Haaland is on the treble team. Jeremy Doku has won a Premier League. So we still have a lot of really good experience on our team. And I just think we underrate some of the younger players.
You can't compare Doku to Rodri and Bernardo.
No, I don't. But I'm just saying he is still experienced. Joško Vardiol is, for his age, I think is very experienced. He won a World Cup first place as a 19-year-old. He's been a staple for his country for how many years?
My version of experience and your version of things different. My version of experience are finals, semi-finals, going dog war into situations. With respect, a lot of these haven't done it because for the last 18 months, we haven't got into those situations.
Would you consider Guehi to be experienced? Because based on those parameters, he's been to final. He's been to a Euros final. He's been to an FA Cup final and won it.
He's experienced. But see, for me, do I class him? Is he an experienced footballer? 100%. Is he experienced at the top level? No.
But he still has some experience.
But that's what I mean. Experience by top. Players. I'm talking your top level experience, your top guys level of experience. That's what I mean. You can't buy Rodri and Bernardo's football knowledge.
No,
slow it down in a game.
You can, but I'm just saying we still have a lot of experience on our team.
What I mean by experience is look at Bernardo at Anfield 2 weeks ago. You don't buy that. That's inside you. But that's inside you. That's in the dressing room saying, guys, we lose this, we're out. We're out of this.
I still think players on our squad have that. I think Diaz to me has some of the best. Like we focus on ourselves. Like that to me, that speech resonates for me. I still quote that to this day. Like I'm
sorry, Jeremy Doku and Mark Gay are experienced, but I don't think they're going to stand up and go, "Come on, guys, we're 9 points in it." Because Gay's never been in a title race. He doesn't know what a title race is. But Gay has never done a title race. Never.
No,
he doesn't know.
That's true,
I'm trying to find Mark. I think we're both saying experience, but my level of experience is the top echelons of it, the top of the game. Like Carvajal at Real Madrid, even though yes, he has got injuries, that is a top experienced, top-level player.
That's the difference too.
Been
He's
there,
not
done
actually
it,
on their
seen
team
it.
anymore. He's just in the sidelines. He's not influencing the team.
Yeah.
You know, like
And
a
what's
Diaz would
happened?
be, Diaz
And
would
what's
be.
happened at Madrid? So Madrid have brought a lot of young players in, and they're struggling. You don't just, people think you just bring all these young guys in and go, right, amalgamate and go.
Well, if
don't
we're about
do
to give
that.
them one of our experienced ones, then that'll fix their problems.
But why do you think Toni Kroos and Modric were so important to be kept at Real Madrid for as long as they were?
They were elite players for a long time. But
That's
then
what I'm saying.
Father Time caught up to both of them.
Yeah, but Modric was still going at 37, 38.
He went to the perfect league to continue on. I'll just say that. Serie A, absolutely perfect career move for him.
And the other thing we do is now, and this may be a bit of a dig at you when I say this.
I have very thick skin. You can try to offend me. Good luck.
No, not going to offend you. But I'm going to 28, 29 is not old. I know that's become a thing of 28, 29 has become old. It's not old as a footballer.
In some cases it is, but in some cases
it's not. It's not. It's not old. Honestly, if you go back to the Premier League of 15 years ago, Jesus, nobody would have been playing in it then. Nobody was playing in it.
35. Let me interrupt this just for a second because I want to reiterate what Kate is saying here. I actually really hope Turkey scores because I don't know if you saw his Instagram story. He's spending his time off in a Lyon hospital, and a kid who's fighting illness came up with this celebration, and Turkey went to visit him, and he did the celebration with them in person. So I think the next logical step in that is I really want to see Turkey score a goal.
Sorry,
in a game.
Can you just bring up PH's comment on Bernardo at the end? Bernardo is slow and weak. The guy just did Dan Burns
quite a bit in the past 18 months.
Did you see? No, Kel, no. Right now I'm going to call you agenda. Now I'm going to call you agenda.
I do. I have 2 agendas on him.
I'm sorry, Bernardo Silva bullied 6'5" Dan Burns the other night and left him in his wake.
A pussy.
No. See when
a lot weaker than Bernardo is, but I'm
sorry.
Bernardo get pulled over a bunch this season.
I'll tell you what, if you think he's weak, go on a football pitch with him and you'll see how weak he is.
Well, I'm a woman, of course I'm going to get pulled over.
No, I'm talking to the men. Talking to the men. But this is another thing. People think that's now a thing of I can bulldoze someone in the back.
Neutral saying he's physically weak but unreal endurance. I think that's a fair statement.
I totally disagree with that.
I mean, I totally disagree
with this.
I think he has gotten bullied in sometimes.
I don't think he's physically weak.
Kate agrees with me. He says Haaland, Diaz, and Donnarumma are experienced.
But that's 3 players out of 28.
I don't think we're going to have 28 players next season. I think a lot.
I'm sorry. I need more. I need more than just 3 experienced players in my squad. Even at 25, I need more.
Oh boy, it could have been a second yellow. Well, everyone says he should have been sent off. To that, I'll say Dan Burn should have been sent off. Dan Burn should have gotten a second yellow on the shirt tug. Just saying, if you're going to send Bernardo off, you have to send Dan Burn off. I don't think Bernardo should have been sent off. But it's a little. I didn't realize how close he was to a suspension. I did not realize
he's weak.
That.
Hang on, but he's weak, so how's he getting all these yellows?
Well, if you get bowled over and it's a last man tackle or whatever, or denying a goal scoring opportunity, that could.
So hang on, he's getting up. This is another thing that gets me. Kushinov gets yellows and people celebrate it. Bernardo gets yellows and people have it down. Tell me it's not Players FC.
Got a yellow.
Tell me it's not Players FC without being Players FC.
Oh, it's definitely Players FC. Yeah.
Someone said to me the other week in a show.
Have to be careful because we don't want him suspended for the Arsenal game.
Someone said to me the other week, they went, you know what? If Kushinov got a red card, it'd be amazing. I went, why? They went, because he's a battler and it shows toughness.
I said, no to a red card. I said, I don't want anybody.
If Nunes got a red card, so I said, what if Nunes got a red card? They went, oh, he's a bozo.
There's only one situation I would want to see a red card, and it's if you're taking out somebody with heinous charges against them. like the Paris Saint-Germain right back or the Real Madrid center back. I don't dignify them by saying their names, but if somebody wanted to commit a red card offense against them and take them out, I'm not going to complain about it. That is me being a very biased woman. I'll just say that. I'm going to caveat it. But if somebody wants to take out that Paris Saint-Germain right back, be my guest. Be my guest. Luis Diaz.
I'm just going to be honest. I think Bernardo cannot run back.
Bernardo cannot run back and defend.
So this is the guy who's played left back, right back, centre back.
When did he play left back this season, though? I mean, he does it for a second here and there, but he doesn't start the game as a left back and like he did in the Arsenal game at the Emirates in 2022.
Hang on, whoa! That does just because he doesn't start there doesn't mean Bernardo Silva runs all over the pitch and covers position. I'm sorry, listen, it's his opinion or it's her opinion, but it's complete waffle. And factually,
counter is the next
and it's
comment.
not
too
true.
Slow on the counter. That to be fair, that's a lot of players on our team. It's not just Bernardo.
Some people might need to get used to Bernardo very quickly.
Cade was there when Bernardo pocketed Saka. Yeah, back when Saka was actually good too. So shout out Bernardo for that game.
I'm trying to think, but he did
in that game. That 22-23 game at the Emirates, he was very good in that game.
There was a game this year where he was doing left back for 5 minutes, and then he went and covered Nunes when he went up the field and he covered the right back. Bernardo does that all the time.
He's not like a set. He's not a set position. He's constantly does this. He's constantly goes everywhere.
Right. So Kel, think about it. There was a comment then 2 minutes ago. He doesn't trot back.
Wait, did I miss it?
So if you know he's done that.
Wait, where does it say that? I gotta find this comment. Slow and weak, physically weak, unreal endurance. Could have been a
Bernardo cannot run back.
Oh, there it is.
Cannot
this one.
run back
and defend.
I'm sorry, that's waffle, and it's factually incorrect.
Hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. If he stays, he stays. What are we gonna do?
I'm sorry.
My agenda goes
listen, I get there are certain players that people like because they're from certain countries and they're from certain areas, or they're young, or they play with them on FIFA or whatever, and I get it. There's hype, but we can big them up without slagging treble winners, formidable winners, player of the year guys. I just find it astonishing. And then people wonder why our players go, yeah, screw this, I'm leaving.
All right, Kate says Bernardo's going to Benfica. He wants to go there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He could maybe he could reject the contract City gave him. You never know. He might. Who knows? But if he stays, he stays. Then he stays next season, and then he and Pep could ride off in the sunset together. I thought Pep was rebuilding a new team for himself, though. Wink, wink.
No, I do think Pep will go in 2027. That's my opinion. I've not heard anything.
If he does, then we thank him for everything he's done. Because wow.
Yeah, and if you end up with Maresca,
what a ride it's been.
If you end up with Maresca, then you'll see what pain is.
Yeah. How does be the stopgap? That keeps being brought up. They're asking who we want after. I got a comment earlier in the stream about
it's not a conversation. I'm not entertaining that combo because I'm not gonna do the dead man shoes argument. Again, I find it too disrespectful on Pep.
We will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
When Pep says I'm walking
once Pep,
we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
When Pep's made that announcement, then we'll have that discussion. Yeah. I am not going to disrespect our greatest ever manager by choosing his replacement when he's not even said he's leaving.
All we know is it's not going to be Enrique if Donnarumma's here. That's all we know. If you know, you know.
I think people are just got to calm on their agendas and the thing is, I don't mind an agenda, just own the agenda. I don't mind an agenda. People can have an agenda. I have favorite players. Everyone knows Phil Foden is my favorite player. Other people have other favorite players. Nothing wrong with having a favorite player, but
I still believe
let's not discredit and it's each your own. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a bit sort of bored having the same debates when we're in a title race. We're in a title race, and we should be all together and focusing on each other.
I think it's crazy we're in a title race, but I'm excited for it. Like I said, I think the 11 has kind of sorted itself out. We're not going to see much deviation from
Again,
it. There could be.
Don't think it's crazy.
There could be some tweaks here and there. But yeah, it seems like we're finding that the more that we're finding the team, we're finding that 11, the more they play together, the more chemistry they're going to develop, the stronger they're going to get. Like, I think Rodri's getting better game by game. That's helping us. I think Nico Riley has just provided that big spark in the midfield. I think this back line looks very good. And as it proved in the Newcastle game, if you need to make a change, Pep trusts the change. That's huge. So, I think Diaz will start most of the games, probably all of them. And, but if we find out it's not working, then we know we have somebody he can trust to come off the bench. Yeah, the squad, I think the players are kind of, the players coming off the bench, they're coming off hungry. They look like they want to play, unlike that Salford game where nobody looked asked, to be honest. But in Newcastle they did. They looked like they wanted to come off the bench and prove a point, and I think they proved points. I see a lot. I just see nothing but positive right now. I think we're like I said, we're gelling. We're getting better game by game. The second halves are starting to look a little bit better. We have a great team now. Like, we're getting healthy. We only have 1 or 2 injuries right now. Like, I don't see any reason to be crying right now, honestly. I just think we have a great squad. I think our squad is getting better. I think it might even be up there with best in the league based on the signings we made in January. Gahey is settling in nicely. He's performed outstanding. I think Semenyo has looked good for the most part. Maybe he was a little poor in the Newcastle game. Whatever. He'll look good against him in the cup. So I have faith in him that he's going to bounce back. I mean, what else can you ask for? We got a cup final in a month. We got an FA Cup game coming up soon. We're in all 4 comps. We got a Champions League draw on Friday. I think all signs are – I think we're building momentum. I think we're building positivity, and I'm just really excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm over the moon with that. We just got to keep it one game at a time. I'll focus on Leeds, see what happens against Leeds, and then we move forward.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I don't want to do this Leeds, then I want to do Leeds, then we go to Forest, and we just keep chopping them up as we're going.
Yeah.
And then see where we land.
Again, as John Stone says, I don't even know who we're playing after the next game. I think that's just how we have to be. Just don't even think about, just focus on one game at a time. Don't worry about the cups. Whatever game is next, that's what you focus on, and you give your 100%. Every game you can interpret as a cup final, but I look forward to seeing where this goes. If I hope we win the Premier League. I think we can. I think we have a great chance to. Will we? I don't know yet. I'm not ready to say I don't know if we will. But I want to see where this goes, and I just think we're in a good spot, man. I predicted us to finish second, and maybe we do. I don't know, but if we, I still think we have a chance to win the league, and I just
there's going to be hang on. There's going to be a meltdown by people if we finish second, because some people have got their hopes up on the title, and if we finish second, they'll see it as a bottle job.
How can we bottle? So we're not in first. We can't bottle a lead we don't have.
Because it's in our hands.
But it's in February. I think we have to relax on that and just be like,
I agree. I'm just telling you what's going to come.
I mean, I usually melt down during the games, but I tend to get over it pretty quickly. I watch games. Anyway,
I'm going to shoot. I'll see you on Stateside tomorrow. We're not talking.
We'll be on Stateside tomorrow. I'm going to wrap the stream up too, because I didn't realize I've been going live for 3 hours.
Speak up. Bye bye.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, Martin. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up because I didn't realize I've been going for 3 hours, but wow, yeah, 3 hours just went by in a flash. Let's see. I'll just go through some of these comments and then I'll finish it and then I'll wrap it up. But thank you to Martin for coming on. Thank you to Luke for coming on. I just wanted to have a quick chat about City, and I turned it into a 3-hour stream. All right, where was it? Okay, Maresca will not be a City manager. Bernardo stays. We have too many midfielders. Best for him to leave to balance the midfield. I do agree with you. It doesn't sound like it's going to happen. So I'm just going to have to give up. I'm going to have to give up my agenda. Or I'll just continue it next season. 6-7 mid's okay. Rotation, injuries. Bernardo replacement. I don't know what he means by that's the way. What if we don't get injuries next season? Yeah, that's again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We don't know. We don't know. Then we're gonna have a lot of unhappy bodies, but well, you know what? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. You know, we're Manchester City. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to Martin and Luke again. I said it like 4 times, but thank you. Appreciate them jumping on and keeping me company on the stream. I'm very excited for the rest of the season. I know it's going to be stressful. I know I'm going to get emotional, but that's just how I watch sports. And I'm excited to see where this team goes. Like, I hope we win the title. We have a great chance. I don't know if we'll do it, but let's just back the boys 1 game at a time, 1 competition at a time, 1 round of 1 competition at a time. And let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens, man. And if it doesn't happen, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here next season, and we're going to be here the season after, and the season after, and the season after. We're on a journey right now, so let's try to appreciate it. I know it's hard. I know we just want to get straight to the destination, but it's you know, it is step by step. So our next step is on Saturday. We'll try to do some sort of a preview for that. I'm not sure. Steve's out of town, so he's usually the one who gets me on the. He helps me out a lot with these preview streams, but he's away, so we'll shout him out. Happy birthday, Steve! Even though technically he's in England right now. Technically his birthday has passed, but it's still in America here, so it's still technically his birthday in America. So happy birthday to Steve! Yeah, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. We're definitely doing a watch along on Saturday. I'll try to do something before then, but we'll see how it is. But everyone, have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Hey, how you doing? Hey there.
Hey, nice spot, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great, especially because of that thing over there. You know what's in there? Corn.
Really? Wow, I could go for some corn.
You're dark, Raj.
I don't care.